and like 8
Let somebody
views on
say
the last
one.
one.
Yeah.
Let somebody say one racist or sexist thing in this stream, and I guarantee you it will like blow up on YouTube. We'd be on CNN, Fox News, and BBC and everything.
I don't
It's
need
like
that
this.
kind of exposure, guys.
Guarantee you it will like blow
It's
up
like
on
this is an.
YouTube.
It's like this
We'd
is
be
a
on
perfect
CNN,
example of
Fox
the how
News,
they call it
BBC, and
white
privilege,
um,
privilege,
privilege. Yeah,
and it's a bunch, and it's three dudes playing D&D with one chick. The inequality is the inequality says it
I
all.
get interviewed about how unfair it is and how y'all take advantage of me as a female player.
And then I make
but
a.
we did sell you into slavery that one.
Yeah, we
That one
did
time.
say you to slavery that time.
You know,
Almost.
I
No.
did really hard about that.
No. No. Y'all put her. Y'all
Y'all
bet it.
my
Right.
freedom.
Bargain.
It was a bet. But I'll make it a point that tonight, whenever, if you guys find any loot or y'all get paid, I'll give Thalian 25 gold, TJ 25 gold, and I'll give Ellen like 10 gold.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, my other character is literally a prostitute who kills people for money. Like,
That's true.
But I thought prostitutes slept with people for money, not kill people for money. I think you've got prostitutes.
you know, it's fine. Suck a dick, slit a throat, whatever.
Actually, Jess, when you sent that to me, when you sent that to me on Facebook, how you were like, yeah, she'll just sleep with somebody then slit their throat. It made me think about in my American literature class. Okay, so you know you have you have 2 sessions a week, and then you have the kind of like that one other thing where you have to go to, and it's sort of like
Oh, weird, like discussion thing.
yeah, I hated those. But anyway,
Yeah.
it was from one story. I don't remember. It was an actual account of a woman. I can't remember her name, but she got abducted by Native Americans and held captive for a while. Her family got killed, and she.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Right. But eventually, she got let go, and she was just kind of, messed up in the head for a little while, as you would be. But anyway,
Yeah.
it I usually would participate, but this particular day I wasn't feeling it. And the lady called upon me to ask what I would do, and I was like, if after I was, held captive, and she was like, yes. And I was like, so you're asking me if I just want to make it clear, like if I was her, so I'm a woman and I'm being held captive by the Native Americans. And she said yes. And I was like, well, at one point in the story, I do remember that the chief was quite fancied the alcohol. I was like, I would wait till he gets, a little tipsy. I would try to seduce him. And when he's in his sleep, I'd try to kill him. And then it was an awkward silence in the room, and she never called on me ever again.
You gotta do.
She either thought you were like really psycho or really sexist, one or the other.
But yeah, that was actually nowhere near the end of the semester, but I never got called on ever again. And I was like, okay, all right.
Okay, I took a class though that would have been like the best discussion point ever. People would have loved it. I don't know what class you were in. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't remember. That was one of the grad students. I don't remember her name, and I don't actually or even remember the professor's name. But I
got really spoiled because I took one of them in the summer, and then a couple of PhD students teaching it, and they were great. They were fantastic. And my next one, my TA for the discussion section, fucking sucked.
Yeah.
He always thought his was the only opinion.
I always hated TAs because I felt like they thought they had more knowledge because they had gone into specific, they had taken a lot more classes than we had, and they were like 2 years older than us, so they think, I don't know, I just felt like they had this complex, like where you're practically my age, you should know this as well as I do. I'm like, dude, you've been taking, what do they call those? Research seminars and stuff. Like, I'm not on that level yet. Chill out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really didn't run into that problem that much. There was the English TA that was like that, and one printmaking TA that was awful. But other than that, most of the grad students were pretty cool.
Wait a minute.
I was never like that.
The printmaking TA. What's her name? The kind of big lady.
No, she was great. She was always awesome. It was the skinny girl. She was a bitch. She had this like greater than thou because I'm older than thou, but she really wasn't. We were like the same age.
Mm.
You know, it's kind of
You-
funny. I said bitch in the group chat, and I was like, damn, I hope I didn't offend anybody, because I actually meant to send that to to Nick in a private message. That's something we talked about. And then, or no, he said something I thought he had said in a private message. And I was like, well, dang, I hope I didn't offend anybody. But ever since I said that, you've said bitch like 5 times since we started. So I guess that just opened the bitch floodgate when I said that.
No, I just had a couple of drinks and I curse more when I've been drinking.
Oh, okay. I
I
thought
actually feel like there's certain groups of friends that I don't curse as much in front of, but like, it happens. Whatever.
By the end of the night, halfway through the stream, Jessica's just going to be butt naked on the webcam. I'm like, Jess, you're going to have to
Stop.
You gotta
That's
stop.
why you're YouTube, not Twitch. It's fine.
This is on YouTube. You can't do this. There are children here.
Yeah,
Okay, do you realize how much effort it is to take your clothes off, though? Like, I'm not going through that when I've been drinking.
that's true. It is quite the effort,
But tequila makes the clothes fall off. That's how the song goes.
or so we've been told.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that
I
song's
don't drink. There are reasons I don't drink tequila.
Alright. Still no word from Noah. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the recap. And then we'll just go ahead and start. Because I think I've actually had a few more people click on the video, and then we were just talking about random things, and then they immediately got off.
Uh, well, I did tell somebody to start watching it, so.
Oh, okay.
So that
You want me to
On
send
my
the, you want me to send the link? And I'll put the...
it's fine. I had him follow you on YouTube, so.
Okay. I'll just post it in our little group chat in case y'all know somebody wants to... Anyway. Okay.
Before we get started, did you get the email?
I did. I'm looking over. Okay,
Okay.
one of the things I wanted to say, I'm kind of trying to do away with the whole The Witcher thing, just because that's kind of
Okay.
like in another lore. But I sent you a message today. I kind of call them basically the huntsmen in this universe. They won't
Yeah.
have all the same mutant-like powers, but they do pretty much the same purpose. They're monster slayers. So they're just
Okay.
I just call them the huntsmen.
All right, then we'll strike that off then.
No, you can keep it. I'm just saying you can keep that type of order, but just call it the huntsman.
Okay.
Alright, so last time it was quite eventful and Jess missed it all.
I'm really sorry, guys. I was working a festival, okay?
No, it's fine. So basically, you remember where y'all touched the blood of Melvo and y'all went into the that weird place called Nebi, which is the realm of the gods, and they seen all these spheres out in front of them, and they were told by basically the caretaker of all those spheres, who turned out to be someone called Demi, that all of those little spheres were all the dimensions that Vesha created basically at the beginning of the beginning. And that they brought them there because of the threat that Melvo was and who he actually worked for. And he actually was working for the brother of Vesha, so the highest god. Turns out to be another god called Void, which is basically the god of darkness. And he is consuming all these dimensions one by one, and he drains the life from each dimension to gain more and more power. And so he's been using his manipulation and dark magic to control people in these planets. So he's been planting seeds and kind of taking them out one by one. And they found out that the universe that Thalion came from was complete, like, nothing but darkness now. And they actually opened up the floodgate because of the use of a certain word that opened the doorway to Nebi. And so Faldir, and I think David's actually watching, Faldir was actually kind of the cause of the end of the world. And but what he did was Vesha came down, destroyed Nathan's planet, and they kind of reset their time, and that's when Melvo jumped them into another dimension. And that's what brought in the new threat, the Mind Flayer, Drak, and the darkness into this world. So you have Faldir to thank for that. David needs to give a thumbs up in the chat if he's actually watching. But so once they made it back, they set off and they did many different things. And once you actually make it back to the group, they can actually kind of briefly tell you what all they did. But they kind of came back and everybody did their own thing for about 5 years. And the day that we started back the game, there was David gave a thumbs up. The day that we the day that we started the game, it was 5 years later, and it was on the day of another council meeting. What a coinky dink. Started off where Harrion made his way into the town, and he has been with a certain someone. I'll let him tell you who once he starts playing. And but the dragon scales is starting to spread a little bit more on his skin. He's starting to hone in on his powers quite a bit more. He meets up with Thalion. Vanathan came into town. Anyway, everybody had a big reunion. They sat around and chatted for a good little while. They saw Tiberius. Tiberius's hair is very long and has a very long beard now, and was under the impression, because of his constant meditation, that he had finally decided that he would sacrifice himself on the Smoky Mount. Little did he know that it was already done. Eventually, Karen Doldair, Madame Flo, Garvis, who was already in town, showed up. Council meeting commenced. They talked about various things, and I'll let Thalion fill you in on all that once you actually make it into the game, because it was quite a bit. And then Karen Doldair actually started coughing midway through the council, had to step away for a bit, and soon found out that he had been poisoned. And so he was given an antidote by some of his men.
Oh, Jesus.
And you were there. And then my
wife just showed me a really gruesome x-ray.
Oh, well,
Nice.
okay. All right, that's good.
Anybody cares to see it, I'll show it to you.
Please.
I can't see it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, yeah, now I do. Oh, wow, okay, what's,
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh.
I still can't see it.
Oh, God.
All right, well, let's take...
Up there you are, TJ.
Hey, he just put it down. Let's take that image out of my head for a little bit.
What was it? I still can't see. Oh, well.
Anywho, it just looked jacked up, Nate Dogg. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
It
I'll take your word for it.
It looked... Oh. Ah.
So after that, he was given the antidote, taken away. The group tried to find out who was the culprit, who had given them the drinks. It didn't take them very long to find out, after questioning Craven, that he was the one that gave him the cup. Thalion cast...
Very upset about that, by the way.
Thalion cast, I believe it was Zone of Truth, right?
Yeah.
Zone of Truth, to where he basically could not tell a lie. And he informed them that it was him, and that he heard voices, and they were telling him to do these things, and they had been telling him to do these things for a very long time, and that he was the one that killed Afrin and all those other people. But after that, with the uncaring thoughts of his father, they pretty much decided they were going to lock him up, and then a voice started speaking to them, who was not very happy, and it was obviously not Craven. They went on to attack Craven, to eventually the darkness exploded his entire body, and with the force of that knocking them back. And I think Harrion, aren't you unconscious too, TJ?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Harrion, Madame
I think I got
Flo,
left.
and Vanathan were all knocked unconscious by just that. Thalian was the only one left up, and the darkness had just left the room and kind of well, not evaporated, but kind of went on up the stairs up into Sinfall. So that's where we are. So Thalian, the darkness just left went up in the stairs, and you can kind of hear some commotion going on as the darkness, like you can probably sense that it's just went through the grand hall and like the kitchen area, whatever, and out the door somewhere, and you hear different kind of like different people screaming because they see this big mist.
Okay.
All right, so you see that Madame Flo is over knocked out somewhere on the floor over there, like to your right, way against the other side of the room. Vanathan has done shifted back into his aquatic elf form, unconscious. Harrion's also unconscious. Harrion looks like he's in better shape than Vanathan at this point. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna walk over to Madame Flo
Okay.
and check on her to see if she's unconscious or dead.
She is currently unconscious. You can see that she's got a big knot on her head. So you could remember that she went flying up against the wall because she's a I can't remember if I said she's a halfling or a dwarf, or I mean a halfling or
I
a
thought she
gnome.
was a gnome.
Gnome, yeah, gnome. I couldn't remember. It's been a while. So she's a little gnome, so she went flying like way faster than Vanathan or anybody else. So she hit it pretty hard, but she is alive.
Okay. I want a coup de grace.
All right. Madame Flo is. How do you do it?
I'm gonna bash her head in up against the wall
Okay.
until her brain spill out.
All right. Blood just goes everywhere. Her head explodes like a freaking pumpkin, and it just gets all over you. And I think Noah is online now. So, all right, go ahead. You can tell me. I'm listening.
And after I'm done with that,
2
I'm gonna
minutes.
get up and walk over to Vanathan.
Okay, he's about at -4 HP, I think, somewhere around there.
And I'm going to use my wand Cure Light Wounds on him
Okay.
for 8 plus 5. Let's find my D8.
So you gotta find your dinghy. Is that what you said?
D8
Oh, gotta find my dinghy.
for 13 points.
Okay. All right. So he is very, very banged up, but he is now conscious.
And I'm going to do the same thing for Helion. Harrion, sorry.
Nobody remembers my name.
I finally got it.
That's why my
So,
next character's name is Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
At 11 points.
All right.
Ew.
So TJ, you are now up. You are very, very, very banged up. You're not feeling well. You got a headache, but you're up. All right. Anything else?
I'm going to call Lucian in.
Okay. So after you shout, Lucian comes running down. Sir, what happened?
Brock.
Okay, so he kind of looks stunned, and he's looking around the room, and he notices Madame Flo, and then he just kind of gives a little smirk, and then he looks back at the others, and he's like, "Is everyone else okay?"
Everyone else is fine. Send for Rasvalin.
Very well, sir. So he bows, and then you see him running up the steps, but before he can make it halfway up the steps, you see Rasvalim running down with his halberd, and he says, "My lord,
Yes.
there's many of the town folks are running scared. We saw the dark mist go outside the castle windows. It faded off into the sky, but there's still There's still something there, my lord.
Where?
In the sky. Just
Show me.
dark clouds. Alright. Alright, so TJ, since you were up, I'm going to say that Vanathan is currently recovering. Do you want to go with, or do you want to hang back?
I'll go outside and take a look.
Okay. So you guys go outside, and let's see, hold on. I'm trying to see if Noah's still not online. Alright, so you go outside. It kind of takes you a while to get up the stairs, TJ. It takes you a little bit longer. With Alien, you kind of run up there. You see that it looks rather normal. Actually, let me zoom in a little bit so y'all can see better. So if you remember, it was still daytime when we actually last left the game. At this point, you see that Raz Valoom is like pointing up in the sky, and then he looks stunned, like he's just like he's trying to find something. It's gone, my lord. It was just here. There was.
He probably didn't. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was waiting to hear what you're going to say.
Oh. He probably left.
But you do see, as you look out throughout the town, you see many of the townsfolk still looking up in the sky. You see some people kind of like off in the distance pointing up, trying to like get someone like attention that's right beside them, and they're pointing up and they're just looking around. And as you look throughout the town, the main gates to the city are now open. And name sounds so disgusting. Oh. You see that a couple of people are riding up on horseback. One of them looks very familiar. Actually, both of them look very familiar. So, Elwin, you and your good old son are riding up into town at probably one of the worst times ever, and you don't really know what's going on. But you see a bunch of people pointing up. Yeah. And you see at the end of the street, at basically the main castle steps, you see Thalion trying to look it up, and he's right beside his red dragonborn general.
So basically, I leave town like once, and I have to come back to some attack on the city again.
Yep, that's how it goes. Alright, so are you going to go up to Thalion, or are you going to hang back?
I mean, I'm going to see what's happening, like...
Okay. Alright, so they kind of quickly ride up there, both Dagon and Element, and you see them, and I guess she runs up the steps.
That's how I greet him, is I leave town once, and...
So... y'all want to do anything, or no?
I'm scared to do anything. Somebody might touch me and I'll fall back over dead.
That just might. You do notice, old mommy, that Dagon is starting to kind of like, not really scratch his chest, but he's starting to rub his chest a little bit.
Yeah. I want to ask him what he's feeling.
It kind of looks like he's got that look of like bad indigestion on his face, and then as he looks up to you and he says, I don't feel good, Mom, all of a sudden.
Is there a place that he could go that he wouldn't risk doing some of the bad things again?
Are you asking me as the DM, or are you asking him?
Both.
Okay, so you would know probably your best bet is to go ahead and, because Valak is actually there, which you might not know that yet because you just arrived, because Valak works at the university now. Okay. But you would probably try to ask to see if he is there and try to take him close to Valak, see if there's some kind of spell, like a barrier that could put around him of some sort.
Okay, yeah.
Alright.
I'm going to ask him if he needs me to mix him up some laxatives, because he looks like having a little trouble there.
Okay, so chest rubbing automatically implies to me anxiety attack.
Could be.
Nah, he just got poop.
He's got a poop and he's rubbing his chest.
Yeah. I mean, that's how backed up he is. That's how bad it is.
That daggone.
I don't know what we ate on this trip, okay? I don't know
Yeah.
many details about it.
Alright. So you gonna take him inside or are you gonna hang outside?
Yeah, I'm gonna take him to Valak because we know his history a little bit more and don't want to run the risk of him turning.
Right. Alright, so you take him inside and Valak greets you and he kind of senses what's going on because he also saw the dark energy kind of leave. So it didn't take him, very much time to kind of realize, like, yeah, this is something we need to do. So he quickly casts a magical barrier around Dagon as he kind of like lays down, and it should protect, like, it's a disenchanting of like, disenchant spell basically, or dispel magic around him to kind of protect him from evil forces.
Yeah, I just want to do what I can to keep him from going bad again.
Word to the third turd. Meanwhile, outside, so currently outside, Nate, so Harian and Thalion. Vanathan, I guess, is still downstairs because he's not online yet. But as you guys look up in the sky, you see that more people are starting to look up and starting to get a little bit of commotion. And so you see a little bit of something starting to happen. Actually, you know what? I'm not even sharing my screen right now, am I?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Oh wow! So I've been doing this.
I was wondering if you had any visual aids there.
Nobody
Yeah.
said anything.
Because you're always really good with the visual aids, and I was like, man, you're slacking on us this time.
Yeah, we just assumed you weren't ready for maths yet.
Oh, my bad. I thought I had already turned it on. Alright, so Sinful. Alright, so as you look up, you're starting to see, this was what I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, look at this. Okay, but you're starting to see a little more commotion in the streets. And as you look up, you're starting to see more and more, the clouds starting to get a little darker. It's very low to the ground, as you can see. It's starting to cover up some of the building tops. And it's right above you.
I'm gonna tell Asphalum to ready the Dragonborn.
So Rasfalin shouts in Draconic, ready positions! And you see them all kind of like along the wall, like they all get in battle ready positions. You see people scatter, some like mothers telling their kids to go inside. You see some of the older men grabbing like anything they can find, like rakes and just shovels and stuff, just something to defend themselves with. Everybody's like freaking out, and you can hear like this strong gust of wind start to shoot in the city, just from like, it seems like every direction, like it changes directions, like, and all of a sudden it just stops. And then like,
Oh, Jesus.
you're just the wind is completely stopped, and you hear some of the dragonborn just start to shout and just roar. The old men, some of them that were holding their shovels and rakes, have now dropped them and went back inside the houses. You hear a very hissing, like misty sound come from the clouds, and this is like a vibrant, glowing light coming from the eyes. New Oak.
What?
Darkness comes. And then as it
New Oak.
and then as it fades, you hear it say, New Oak. And then you see the Dragonborn start to look around, just seeing if what's going on. Like if anything is outside. You see people like the Dragonborn on the guard wall, or the outside wall. They're looking around. The archers are ready. You kind of just see them look very, very confused. That immediate feeling of just fear and anxiety has completely left, and you kind of feel just like a usual calm that you're used to feeling.
What was that?
So I want to walk outside now that Dagon's taken care of it and just come up to Thalia and be like, what the fuck did I miss?
It was a face.
Just in general, that there would be a dark cloud just floating around Sinfall.
Craven was possessed by Brock.
Ah,
He attacked us and tried to kill Karen Doldair.
what is the state of Karen Doldair?
I don't know. I need to check on him.
So
He was doing fine earlier.
Okay.
Russ Valoom comes up to you, Thalian, and says, "My lord, we will continue to stand guard. I'll put extra guardsmen along the wall, and we'll send scouts on the outside to make sure everything's okay. I suggest you go into the castle and remain safe."
I'll very well continue.
All right,
And I'm gonna walk inside.
so you kind of see him as before you walk off, going and giving commands and basically getting everybody dispersed out the way he thinks best. So y'all go back into the grand hall. You see that Valak is still off on the side room, basically containing Dagon and the barrier. So y'all kind of make it into basically the dining area. So this would be a good chance for y'all to kind of catch up and let each of y'all know what you've been doing, since Elowen missed out on that, and y'all don't know what she's been doing. So it'd be a good time to.
Can we rest and heal before we do that?
Yes,
I mean,
and this would be a good time to do that. And I'm actually going to go fill up my cup while y'all are doing that.
So if y'all, can we just assume that? Well, I guess Nick's gone now, so he can't answer this as
No.
DM. But I was gonna say, can we just assume that we all rested and then got together?
I mean, yeah, y'all are sitting around chatting and talking and probably eating,
Okay,
so
okay.
it'll be fine.
Because I was like, I don't want to just sit here at 10 points of health, and then something happened, and like, oh, we never did rest up and get all our health back.
Battle time. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So Nick caught me up on most of what had happened last session. I can't think of any small details that I missed out on, really, that I know of.
I guess the only thing is what everybody was doing during the 5 years.
Yeah, I missed those details. I know Vanathan is married now, because that came up in the group chat.
Yep.
Yeah, so he got Dagon to bring Afrin back to life, and then the two of them got married, and now they rule Lake Lodney.
Cool. So is Dagon's in most people's good book these days?
Yeah, he's nice.
Okay, cool.
I should be reading some of David's comments on the group chat.
Oh,
yeah,
I
I saw
am.
that.
It comes to my phone.
The cloud in blackface.
I did a bunch of stuff here in Sinfall, like to help rebuild the city and do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a expedition into Folkrobov, haunted forest,
Nice.
and retrieved a bunch of treasure and a ancient sword called Dragon Slayer, and have just been like governing Sinfall.
I did hear we have a brothel now.
Yes, we have a brothel. Tiff
Awesome.
set that up.
That the bartender, yeah.
Yeah.
I
so
tried
he's
to go into the brothel, but they said I didn't have enough money for any of them to get with me.
It's fine. We're all broke.
I'm not broke. I'm just ugly.
Yeah, we have a brothel, a new explorers guild.
Nice.
The military academy is up and going in Vasilivik, and the university's up and going at Gilvalum.
Did he happen to
That's
mention what I'd been doing? I know he told me I was on vacation with Dagon, but I assume that didn't last 5 years.
no. I don't really know what you've been up to.
Okay. You'd think you would have told me. Oh well.
So I've basically been hanging out with the White Dragon after Garthungar died,
Hmm.
protecting us from the volcanic eruption. And then, of course, you were there when I got blasted to pieces and burned half my body.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
when that started, when that burned flesh started to peel away, it was all scaly.
I
So
remember
I
that.
left. Yep. So I left and stayed, and I went and seeked out the White Dragon, and I spent some years with him, learning from him, and he took me under his wing, no pun intended, um, because he felt closer to me because apparently I had absorbed the soul of Garthungar. So basically, I've inherited a lot of wisdom and knowledge and stuff from Garthungar, but I also inherited some dragon powers. So I now have the power to breathe a dragon's fire breath.
So, are you like now our peacekeeper between us and the dragons, pretty much?
I can try to be, but I can't make any promises because some of these guys are
I'm
crazy.
not putting that responsibility on you. I just wasn't sure if, since they have more respect for you, that would be useful.
I think I can reason with the dragons because I actually have I have a special mission to go reason with a great dragon that wants to block out the sun.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Jess,
Yes.
I was actually trying to talk in there, then I realized that my mic was on mute.
Must
Anyway,
have you didn't want everybody to hear.
so yeah, so well, basically every time I try to get up and get something to drink, I push the chair back and it squeaks really loud, and it sounds like I'm farting, and I'm like, they're gonna think I'm just over here passing gas. But anyway, so the stuff that we talked about a few weeks ago about you actually working at the university, that's kind of what
Yeah.
I assumed that you were gonna just stick with that, but I just didn't tell them. So if you
That
want to
works. I
briefly
wasn't sure.
talk, yeah, if you want to just tell them, like, I mean, because I know you had mentioned
Yeah,
like
so
working with daggers. You can just tell them. That's fine.
yeah, so basically I've been working as a trainer at the academy, but I've been kind of like Sinfall's representative there, so I report back every few weeks.
Hmm.
So I've been back and forth from the university in Sinfall for the past few years. I
Cool.
teach small weapons training.
And so basically, around the second year of all that is when Dagon started putting two and two together because
Hmm.
he's kind of got a little bit of I wouldn't say, well, I guess it's sort of like amnesia. So he can
Hmm.
only remember most of the bad things he's done, but things about his actual life, birth, all that kind of stuff is very hazy to him. So he's
Hmm.
also slowly trying to remember, just like Elwyn is.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I was too scared to tell him.
But now he's just gonna be walking around. I need my mommy.
Hey, we did the bonding trip. I'm not sure the update on how that went, but I'm assuming well, since we're both still alive.
But still alive. It was basically, I kind of figured it was like a camping just trip for a couple of days just to get it, because you're a ranger, you like the
Yeah.
wilderness stuff. So showing him a little bit of your side of the things, getting him out there. Okay. While you guys are sitting there chatting, Lucian comes up, Thalian, and he says, "Pardon me, my lord.
Yes.
May I speak to you privately?"
Yes. Now I'm gonna get up and go off.
All right, so
Uh,
y'all kind of go off into a side part of the room, and he gets in really close, and he says, "So I couldn't help but notice down in the council room of what happened to Madame Flo.
yes.
Her men have since found out. They are waiting.
Have they left the keep?
They are still here, my lord. They didn't seem unhappy or shocked, just almost relieved. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I do know that Karen Doldayer is stable at the moment, but whether he remains stable is up to you, my lord."
Do you know who his successor is?
Carindaldair has been the ruler of Aramalora for as far back as creation of the establishment on Shalvo. He has no children that he claims, but he has many bastards, but they don't have rightful heir to the throne. There could be a way if you play politics right to work something out. If he was to say not make it in this terrible attack from the darkness.
Tell me what you know of Aramor.
Oh, Aramalora is basically ruled and governed by him. Their treasury is quite large. They do much dealings with the Elven Bank and Finn. Their army is quite unmatched here on Shalvo, with us coming at a close second. They're very smart, very their etiquette is superb, but I think in these troubling times of war, I think we could play our cards right, so to speak, my lord. In doing so, we would obtain a substantial amount of for the treasury.
And consolidate our hold here on Shallow.
Exactly.
Just let me weigh the options. In the meantime, fetch Madame Flo's guards.
As you wish. And he gives you a bow and he goes off. Are you going to go back to kind of the table where everybody else was sitting and wait on them, or are you just going to kind of stand there?
I'm going to go back to the table.
Alright. So shortly after you get back to the table, it doesn't take long for just a couple of the guards to show up, but only one walks over to you. And like you said, Madame Flo's guards are... None of them are wearing identical items, so no sign of like a really awesome military. They're just kind of, they look more like just a bunch of mercenaries or, just hired thugs. And they just come, this one guy comes walking up, and he takes off his really raggedy looking helmet and puts it under his, he's a human, and he's holding a spear, and he's just kind of like, not, I don't know, he's just kind of got like a shaky demeanor to him, and he's, yes?
I must offer my condolences for your leader, Madame Flo.
Okay.
It's a terrible tragedy, her dying in the attack.
So you see him start to calm down just a little bit. You kind of get the sense that when you're talking to him that he's just been probably just yelled at and abused his whole life. So he just kind of stops and well, thank you, Wolf.
You're welcome. I must ask though, what provisions do you have for such a situation? Who does the leadership of Hivlin fall to now that Madame Flo is gone?
I honestly, I don't know, my lord. I heard from one of her stewards that she bought the land years ago from the elves of Malora, so she owned the land.
She had no heirs,
And
anyone to take up her mantle.
so you kind of see him kind of like nervously trying to think, and then the guard that was behind him that kind of hang back, you see him just kind of laugh. And am I gonna fuck Madame Flo? And then you see the nervous guy turn around and go, shh, shh, shh.
What of her slaves?
Well, I mean, she just owned them. Uh, your Grace, that I don't know what would come of them now.
How many men were in her guard?
About 400 men and elves.
And they were lords of her.
Yes.
And who was the captain of her guard?
Um, that would be me, sir. There was someone else, but she had him hanged recently for I don't know. There's other reasons, but I'd rather not go into that. But I am currently in charge.
So you are in charge of her guard and in turn her slaves?
Yes. I'm adding Vanathan to the call. Okay.
If I were to appoint you Lord of Nivlim, would you swear fealty to me and Sinfall?
You see him kind of like uncontrollably like smile. Uh, yeah, of course, of course.
So be it. Swear an oath to me and Nivlim is yours.
All right, so you see him hold his spear. Still got his helmet under his arm, and kind of he does what Jon Snow's probably not going to do, and he takes a knee.
Bend the knee.
So he's like, actually, you know what? For that, I think I'm going to call him John.
Calm down, John.
I, John of
Just
Nevlum, swear to keep my oath to the Red Wolf. Noah, are you there now?
I am here.
Oh, good deal. Well, you just missed it. So we'll say that Vanathan has slowly made his way up the steps, looking pretty worse for wear. Alright, so John of Nevlum, still kneeling, kind of got his head bowed.
I say, rise, Lord of Nivlim.
Thank you for this, Red Wolf.
You're welcome. You and your men are welcome here. Please feel free to enjoy yourselves while you're here.
Thank you. I would like to inquire something of some of your men, if you do have the time.
Certainly.
So
Belum,
you still see...
my,
Sorry, what?
I was just going to say, Haspelim, my captain of the guard, will be able to help you with all your needs.
Okay. So he's like, I will take it up with him as well. I was just curious about the situation with the Lich King and the mine that we are currently unable to mine. I just
Is
want.
he still giving you problems?
Uh, well, we have since stopped. Well, she stopped sending miners to that cave because of him a long time ago. But certain caravans still get attacked from time to time of the undead, and it has caused quite a problems, and many people don't go anywhere near it.
You wouldn't know where his soul resides, do you? Where he could possibly be destroyed? I've been in the cave. I've fought him. I've beaten him, but I did not find his his soul jar, his phylactery.
Mm. Well, that I don't know. I did hear of some miners did speak of a certain chest or that contained something that they found in the cave at one point. And then once they opened it while mining, it contained a book that seemed to be a journal of some sort, and that was the beginning of the sightings of the Lich King.
Where is this book?
Once these miners found it, and they unfortunately have since passed on because of the undead, um, they dropped it within the cave.
Very well. We will have to see if we can recover it and end this terror where you can start mining again.
Thank you.
One more thing, John.
Yes.
The Wagon of Score. It is my understanding it is still in the possession of Madame Flo. I would have it returned for the temple.
Return for the temple. Yes, my lord. So, see him bow to that. It shall be done.
Thank you.
Alright, so he goes off. You do see him kind of stop before he heads out the door, speak with Lucian for a little bit. But now that Vanathan has finally made his way to the table, it's probably a good time for y'all to kind of catch him up on what just happened.
I'm gonna let y'all do that, and I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Yep, I think I'm gonna do that as well. That's a good point. TJ and Jess, it'd be up to you guys to fill Vanathan on what just happened.
Should have been here when I was explaining it the first time. Nah, I'm just kidding. So, you already know, well, you were here last week, so you know my backstory and everything. Basically, we ran upstairs after fighting, and by the way, Madame Flo is dead. Like, she just had her brains bashed in by the Red Wolf, which was awesome.
How did that come to happen?
That.
Say what?
How did that come to happen?
The Red Wolf just walked over there and just fucking smashed her head against the wall.
But you don't know that. She hit her head against the wall when Craven blew up. Because apparently that happened while we were both gone.
Oh, that's right. We're both out of the room when that happened. Okay, never mind. We came back and the Madame Flo's, she's just dead. I didn't realize how bad she was hurt, I guess because I was hurt. And when I came back, she was fucked up.
Last thing I remember was a huge explosion, which left me passed out, unconscious, bleeding out under a table.
So,
well, you're alive now.
I keep forgetting that I'm trying to make my character all wiser and stuff, but then I just say stuff like "fucked up." After my training with the dragon, I'm supposed to be all like smarter and wiser and noble. Anyway, so
had this like secret early thug accent.
Yeah. I'm trying to get rid of that. I'm trying to revise my character a little bit. So after your son tried to kill us all, we rushed up. The dark energy flew throughout the room and rushed outside. And we went outside to see what was going on because we heard a disturbance. And then there was this great dark skull that appeared in the sky and spoke to us. I couldn't quite understand what he said. And for real, I actually couldn't quite hear what Nick was saying. But
open up your ears, TJ.
I was actually trying to turn up the volume. I was like, what? I can't hear him.
Is my mic really low?
I'm sure Elowen. I don't know. I just didn't hear it for whatever reason.
I mean, can you hear me okay right now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. It's just like when you were doing the voice, I couldn't quite make it out, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Nathan got it, though.
Which reminds me, now that this is over, I need to go check on Balak and see how Dagon's doing.
Okay. Alright, so the other one's going to go do that. So Thalion, I mean, did you hear what he said, Vanathan?
Yeah, that...
No, I mean, what Nathan just said, what the voice said.
Oh, I missed it. Try again.
New Oak.
New Oak?
New Oak.
New
New
Oak.
Oak.
Got it. What happened to my piece of paper? I was writing stuff down.
Okay,
I
so
guess I need to make note of that too.
Elwin, you kind of make it over there. Valak has since let the barrier down. Dagon is still laying there. It looks like he's doing a little bit better, but almost kind of like he's taking a nap now.
Okay.
But
I'll have Valak let me know when he's awake.
he kind of nods his head. He says, "Very well." All right. So as
Something before we start.
okay.
Oh, actually, I want to do two things. First of all, who was that guy we were talking to? Because we got how we got out here, but I don't know what happened when you guys got outside, besides the whole New Oak thing. So, who is that guy we were just talking to? And second of all, I want to check inside my my boot if the crystal's still in there.
Still there. Still there. I'm not gonna let you lose that right now.
I'm gonna like take it and like look at it, like look around, see if anybody notices.
No,
Like look at it, like all right, and then put it back.
no, you're still good.
All right. So second of all, I just need to know who was that guy.
All right. The guy that they were just talking. Oh, so that was John. That was one of Madame Flo's, like the head of like the guards and kind of the slaves. So he is now basically just sworn, that he's going to serve and protect the Red Wolf since Madame Flo was killed.
Okay.
So everybody is back into the Grand Hall. Um, so you do, Garvis has kind of made his way back into the Sinfall Castle now that everything's kind of slightly calmed down a bit. Um, the guards of Madame Flo are starting to make their way out of town. They're starting to pack up and go. So you hear a bunch of horses and whatnot going on outside. Um, so Garvis comes up to the table and so we still got a lot we got to talk about.
Go on.
So we continue the council meeting here or in the room?
Is the council room the one that get like blew up?
Well, it didn't get blown up. Like the explosion that the darkness did was just more like just a force. Like
Okay.
it wasn't like a yeah, wasn't like an
Oh.
atom bomb went off down there or anything.
Okay. Yeah, we can return to the council room if that's fine with everyone there.
Okay. All right. So let me get my handy dandy little pick there. So after you guys make your way down there, you're now missing obviously Madame Flo, whose blood stain's probably still over there, but the body has been since removed. No Karen Dolda here, so you have Garvis, and the rest of you crazy cats. So Garvis wanted to speak of just some things that have been troubling him. So he brings up, so as you guys look at basically the council table, you'll know that the world map is there. So let me pull that back up. So he's wanting to basically inform y'all of what he's heard of from different ships that's been coming in on the harbor. So he brings up some intel, and he's kind of got it all written down on his little journal note. He's just want to make sure I didn't miss any of this. And then so he's looking. He's like Pajaro, which is east of Dalgarum. Has been many sightings of tieflings, and that troubles tieflings. Yes, tieflings haven't been
What are
seen.
tieflings?
So tieflings have been seen for many, many, many rotations, but they're supposedly worshippers of Salakel. They praise the Dark Lord, worship him in the hopes of getting great power by doing evil things. Now, as he's saying this, you guys should have vague memories of. They weren't tieflings, but they were people that were delving in the dark arts. That first time y'all encountered Demnock, and it was when y'all had first met Tiberius, and y'all came upon that small group of people that were sacrificing kids and opened up a dark portal.
Yeah.
They were probably on their way to becoming that, but they were Salakel worshippers. So many of the pirates have been claiming that there's been sightings, and some ships have been attacked unsuccessfully, but there's been more and more tiefling sightings. I just wanted to make you aware of that. And there was also Wolf, a raven that was sent from Lady Swallow of Lycorel, and you would know that Lady Swallow is the kind of a big deal in Lycorel, as kind of the if you think Pirates of the Caribbean lore, just think of the guy that Jack Sparrow looks up to on the like their little council. This will be Lady Swallow. So he hands you this piece of parchment that came along with the raven, and in a roundabout way, it basically states that she seeks aid from that of the Council of Shalvo, because the town of Rasa is been attacking her ships that are going along the Vigal River, that have been transporting stuff down to Pentura and Finn and different places, and they've been getting attacked and robbed, and it's escalated to the point to where they're about to go to war with them, whether they get aid from you or not. And so that's basically just asking for aid.
Okay.
Whether it be by men, supplies, whatever you want to do, that's up to you. And you would know that it is from her. It does have like a seal, which I haven't quite designed yet, but it is a legit thing from her. So with your dealings with them, you would know that it actually is her. So it's not any kind of trickery or anything. So Garvis goes on to say that Rasa is a pretty nasty bunch. It's the half-orc civilization, disowned by their own kind.
You have to be pretty nasty to be disowned by orcs.
Well, they're not full-blood. Suppose that's what it is all about. But if they're going to war, it's gonna be one hell of a battle with a bunch of pirates. And they got the Fangdor right above them to the north. Nothing but a bunch of barbarians. Speaking of which, my lord, have you spoken with the supposed bard that's in town, speaking of the Demnock?
Not yet.
Oh, David, making fun of my names. David, that's why you're dead in the game. You're dead. Well, he was, according to what the town folk have said, that he speaks of the Demnock returning, and many of the barbarians of Fangdorf are having troubles, and have actually fled into the city of Lycorel, and some of the pirates have also come up missing. this would also be a good time to, because since Jess missed a lot of it, kind of quickly go over briefly what all else is going on in the world that y'all know of. So basically, Jess, if you're still there,
I'm here.
there is a a little bit of a conflict going on with the Palfrey, which is another settlement of Wood Elves, and Prosphalok, which is the first settlement of the Dwarves. So there is some tension going on there with a slight chance of war, but nothing set in stone yet.
How is it expected to affect us?
Well, it's not gonna,
Indirectly.
yeah, not like super directly, but it's just something that's going to be there.
Okay.
So it could be a chance to possibly aid, supply, whatever you want to do, because y'all got a huge blacksmith supply going on right now, and that's where y'all make majority of the money.
So basically, we gotta find out who our allies are.
Find out who the allies are. Also, Ristula is a settlement of dark elves who own also this whole little island right here in Mictarus, and it is said to contain some pretty awesome ore, but is currently being overrun by, what is it, TJ? I'm quizzing you now.
It's overrun by trolls, if I'm not mistaken.
Trolls, giants, all sorts of bad juju, and they abandoned it a long time ago, and there's said to be ancient ruins there that may or may not contain treasure. So
Okay.
they're, yeah, so they're,
We had this big argument about whether or not to take the land or reason with the people who actually own it to go in there and try to mine it.
along with that, there is also a kraken that is in this area between Aramalor and Restula that's given the Dark Elves all kinds of worries. So I think if I wrote my notes down correctly, I think it was eventually decided that y'all were going to kill the kraken, take out all the crap that, or basically clear out Mictarus of all the, like the giants, trolls, and whatnot. And there's a bunch of gold ore on Mictarus that they wanted to mine, so they were gonna, after doing all that, offer 5% of the gold to Ristula as kind of as payment. Is that right, Nate? Is that what everybody else got? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do trolls in this world act pretty much the way they do traditionally, like in mythology and whatnot?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, I can always tweak them, but yeah, I would guess so. Yeah.
So would it be possible for one of us to like challenge the troll leader, and if we beat them, become the leader of the trolls on that island, and then make that a puppet nation of us?
You could always see. Nobody's actually been there in a long, long time, so
Yeah.
you could always see.
Do these trolls turn to stone in the sunshine?
Mine don't know.
Crap.
Damn.
Gonna try to pull the Gandalf on them.
No.
I'll take you all. Bastards.
What?
Hey, y'all never read The Hobbit? Where he's,
No,
like,
I know what you're talking about.
screwing with the trolls all night long, and then they wait, and it's like he screws with them long enough that they get hit by the sunlight and all die and turn to stone.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Alright. Alright, so Garvis is ask you again. So what do you think we should do about Lycoro and Rasa?
I will convene the Council of Ventura and see if they could offer aid or any assistance. And we will also offer weaponry and a few ships. Aid.
David just sent me a voice message of that said Otcree, so he's trying to destroy the world again.
You're dead.
Yeah, you did. Okay. All right. Also, Jess, another thing that I'm looking through the notes, Valak is actually soon going to leave because they did receive a message from Anira, which is down here, which is basically the ancient race of Incrillians, and one of King Matral was going to meet with everybody. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get Valak to, well, since he's already coming, also to bring a representative from Palfrey, Ristula, Prosvalak, and Anira, and basically meet up with the council. That was also there. I'm pretty sure
So more of like an international type council.
right. And all that's going to take place 3 weeks in game.
Okay.
So how long everybody's going to kind of meet up.
What is our current relationship with Ventura since it's been 5 years and we were pretty heavily involved there?
I'm actually on the council
Okay.
there, so we're pretty good.
Nice.
All right. So, well, Garvis seems pleased, and I have nothing further. So he just kind of looks around the room. Everybody good?
For Garvis.
For what?
Who is saying that?
Yeah, Garvis saying he's good. Yeah, he doesn't have anything for.
Yeah, I'm good.
DJ, you got anything?
No, I don't really have anything.
Vanathan?
I'm kind of looking forward to fighting this Kraken, though.
I'm still nursing my wounds, but I'll go for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I would like to meditate, though, because it's meditating how I enhance my dragon power.
Yep.
So I would like some time to meditate.
Okay.
So,
I need to do that just to recover health in general,
Okay.
because I have a feeling I'm pretty low.
All right. So Vanathan and Harrion gonna go off in their own quarters, and they go off to do their meditation. Elwin, what would you like to do?
Is Karen Doldayer still here, like in Sinfall, or did they send him back to Aramalora?
No, he's still here.
I kind of want to go check on him and see how he's doing.
Okay.
Because last I checked, he was one of our good allies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Nate, you doing anything special?
I want to talk with Valak Longbeard.
Okay.
And I want to talk with him about setting up that stuff that I emailed you about the Lycan order.
Okay. All right, let me pull that up. Elwin, after you guys kind of go off disperse, you make it into the room where Karen Doldayer is being held. You walk in, and you see that he has 2 guards in the room with him, and there's also one other person that seems more like he's got like a cleric type of role. He's kind of watching over him. But as you walk in, I would like you to do a spot check.
20, not natural.
Okay. All right. So you walk in. You see, like I just said, the guards and the cleric. The guards look very normal, but you do notice that the cleric is putting something away rather abruptly in his pocket, and you could tell that it was a vial of some sort. And he's putting it away into like a pocket or like a little pouch, and he just kind of seems startled. Around the room, you do see, I don't know, everything else looks pretty normal, but you do see certain vials sitting along on like a close by like counter somewhere. I don't know, like a chest or drawer maybe. Just different like alchemy ingredients. But like you said, you kind of caught him off guard. He looked startled, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me, can I help you?"
Yes, I like to think of myself as a friend of Karen Doldayer. I recommend you let me know what you're hiding away in that pocket of yours, considering he was just recently poisoned.
Oh no, no, no! This, and then he kind of like takes it and brushes away some sweat, and this is just some more of the antidote. And you see one of the guards kind of like looking like he's the sworn cleric of Carindel the year and has been under his command for quite some time.
Okay. Just normally, friends of the council don't act so suspicious with their vials.
Oh no, you just startled me. I got really suspicious, with all this dark energy around and assassination and loss of one of the council members. I'm just a little skittish right now.
I can't say I blame you.
Yeah. But he does seem to be stable. He's cooperating. He came to a little while ago, but he has since fallen back to sleep. I recommended a good rest, and he should be up on his feet in no time.
Okay. Do you have an estimation on how long?
Oh, I mean, probably just a few more hours, and he can awaken. Is there something urgent he needs to take care of?
No. He was nearly assassinated in this court, so I figured we should check.
Very well. But the whole time you're talking to him, you just got this gut feeling, since you did get a 20, that something weird is going on.
Tell me about yourself. How long have you been working for him?
Oh, as his cleric, probably for the past 8, 9 years, maybe.
Where do you come from?
I come from Palfrey.
Okay. What brought you here? Why do you work for him?
Well, I left my home many years ago, and kind of wandered on up to Restula, worked there for a little while in their harbor, and once the whole Kraken situation started, I didn't want to be any part of that, so I quickly fled, and I caught a way over here on one of the Eagles of, oh crap, what's the name of that town? I'm starting to forget my own town. On Gorsum. And I fled my way over here, and to where I eventually made my way into my own people in Air Melora.
But why specifically did you start working for the king? Did he just offer to hire you?
Well, I studied under his old cleric as an apprentice for many, many years, and unfortunately he passed away about 7 years ago, um, after the whole Kremilovas attack on the city, and I have since taken up the role.
Just out of curiosity, do you mind if I ask where you were during the attack on the council?
We were told the guards remained outside, and I was told to remain in the quarters until needed.
Okay. Since I can't seem to corner him in anything, I want to kind of take one of the guards to the side and just tell him to let me know if anything suspicious happens, and I also want to kind of tell my suspicions to Thalion and the others.
Okay. All right. So the guard agrees, and he says, "Yes, my lady." So you can see that the guard actually does recognize kind of your leadership role, and he kind of knows who you are, whereas this cleric did not. But
Okay.
since Thalion's away doing his own thing, I'll assume that you told him once he got back.
Yeah.
So Thalion, you make it to where Valak is, and he is currently still looking over Dagon, just kind of being better safe than sorry type of thing. So you see him. Red Wolf.
Halleck, how's day going?
He seems to be stable.
Good, good. Uh, I wanted to speak with you before all of this happened. I was hoping to catch you to talk over the prospect of something.
Go on.
I would like to uh, establish a order of mages sworn to Sinfall to check them, and I would like you to help me uh, uh, establish this order.
Well, I was over the order for quite some time, but it was disbanded. But I do believe that I can, although I fear my age is rather creeping up on me. But I will help you,
Well,
Wolf, for as long as I can.
I'm very grateful. And don't worry about your age. You're most important where you are teaching new young mages, which leads me into my next thing. If you know of anyone in your study who might be able to fill several key positions, and I basically go over that thing I sent you earlier about the different positions.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Sinfall will be willing to hire these individuals and pay them a monthly wage for their duties as well.
I see. Well, many of these I will have to think on, but... And he kind of looks over at the table where Dagon's laying. The sepulchre, I do believe this you could find no one better,
I
unless
agree.
you can convince of the aquatic elf of his wife. That would be up to you, though.
I had my mind set on Dagon myself.
I will speak with him once he awakens. Master Priest of Score, that would probably be rather difficult. But I will seek someone out on my travels. I am told I am to travel to, and he just kind of thinks, many different places.
Yes.
Uh, I will keep my ear open and do what's best for Sinful and all of Shovel.
Thank you. And if you're willing to start your role as Royal Magus, we will, as soon as I have a new Royal Steward, set up a way for you to start collecting your pay.
Oh, new steward. Well, I think, then you hear a knock at the door. And,
Come in.
I couldn't help but, hear it outside. Did you say that you need a new steward?
Yes.
And I can shave and cut my hair right away, and but I have to wait after I'm still trying to learn how to do the biscuit thing, and I have some that are cooking now. But I'll shave and clean up, and I can do it. And you see Valor go, I think he's okay. I think he can find some. No, 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 no. I can do it.
I think it would be good for him.
And Valor kind of gives you a look like, are you sure? Like under his breath.
Well, considering that I've killed the last three, I don't.
Oh, don't
I
worry.
would
I'm
like.
I'm not plotting to kill you.
I would like someone close to the inner circle that I don't have to worry about as much.
And as you kind of lean in to tell that to Valak, as you look out of the corner of your eye, you also see that Tiberius is kind of leaning in too. What are we talking about?
Hey, Nick.
Old
Wanting a friend
Tiberius.
to, wanting a friend that I know to be the royal steward instead of someone I don't know.
Yeah. What'd you say, Jess?
I need you to promise me that Tiberius gets a happy ending. Of all the characters, I need him to have a happy ending.
Or it could be like Game of Thrones, tragic for
Yeah.
everybody.
I can't actually.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not gonna promise that, because if something does happen to him, you're gonna be, you're a liar. I'm never playing again,
That's fine.
ever.
Just know I might legitimately be upset if anything bad happens to Tiberius. I'm very attached to him.
You can't have a truly deep story until somebody really important dies.
Yeah.
I know, and he's like the most important person to me. I don't know why.
Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler
Um,
alert. Somebody's
Um,
watching. That one person watching the stream right now is probably like, "Son of a bitch! I knew I should have watched that show years ago. Why did I wait so long?"
Like, if you don't know by now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of one of those things, but like, it was a long time before I got into it, so I'm sympathetic.
I don't watch it, and I still know that detail.
Alright, so
You better start watching before everything gets spoiled.
It's all spoiled.
Tiberius is rather happy about his new role. Do you have anything immediate I need to do, my lord? Or sire, or your grace, or what do you like to be called?
Alien.
Thalian. I didn't know that was your name. Everyone just calls you Wolf, and he says as he walks out the door. That's funny. You just hear him go down the hall. And then as you look back at Valak, he's just... Well, thank you for that. I hope you know what you're doing.
Yes, so do I. But hopefully I'm less likely to kill him.
And Valak just kind of laughs. Well, you know that's my son, right? So try not to do that.
Agreed.
Alright, so as you're just sitting there talking and having a laugh with Valak, there's another knock at the door.
Come in.
It's Lucian, who's excuse me, my lord. May I have a word?
Yeah.
And he gives Valak a nod and kind of goes out in the hallway. So, since Noah's getting a little late in the game, I'll take over for just this little bit on your character. I hope you don't mind. So he basically says, I spoke with John before he headed out, and I heard about the problem with the Lich King.
Yes.
But sire, I know that you have many other problems going on, and I would like for you to accompany me to the Grand Hall, if that's okay.
Very well.
So as
I'll
you
turn and nod to Valak.
okay, and he gives you a nod back. So you go to kind of the Grand Hall where you have some Dragonborn guards. Um, you get to your main hall and kind of sit down on your nice cool throne, and you notice that there's a few people standing there in the hall. And as you sit down, Lucian looks at you and he kind of points out to them and he's like, I have assembled my team, and I would like for you to give us the opportunity to go take care of the Lich King for you. Seeing that all of this other turmoil is going on all around us, let me take lead and help take care of this one problem for you so we can open back up the mines.
Introduce me to your team.
I would like to first bring forth this beautiful but deadly, and then you see a very eloquent, beautiful moon elf dancer kind of go up, and I don't know, I will let her take the lead on what she would like to do. Would you like to bow? Would you like to do, what would you like to do?
I want to walk up to him and touch his chest.
Okay.
'Cause that's what
She just walks all the way up the steps, and you see the Dragonborn guards kind of go into not a defensive stance, but you see them kind of like jump as if like they're about to. Thalian, what would you do? Kind of wave them
I'm
off?
just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wave off the guard.
All right. So you go up and stroke the red wolf chest. It's fuzzy. And do you not say anything? You just kind of touch his chest and walk away?
I just say, I'm Orlana, and then walk away, because that's all she does.
Like a boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of smile.
Diplomacy check, nat 20 automatically every time. Alright, so after that, Lucian says, yes, well, and he that's Oriana. And then he points to the next person, and it is a dwarf who's got full plate armor on and a big old axe. And I'll let you describe the rest, Mr. TJ.
I'm gonna have him walk up the steps to the red wolf, take a knee. He's gonna prop his axe up on the step, one step above him, and just take a knee and say, "Oh, Red Wolf, I heard many things about you. I pledge my axe to you."
And
I kind of nod.
And Lucian says, "This is Willie Nelson."
Hi, I am Willie Nelson.
And did you eventually just get up, walk back, and you see Lucian kind of bend down and whispers in your ear, "Wolf, never smoke weed with Willie."
Hey, it's good pipe weed. Always keep it extra in my pouch if you care for a smoke. I hadn't really decided what kind of voice I wanted to have. Forgive me if it changes as we go.
That's
I
fine.
hadn't really
If it
found
makes
the
you feel
right
any
thing.
better, I might be over my head playing Orlana, not gonna lie. So I feel you there.
That's alright. Just get drunk right before you play her.
I want him to be a little bit different
Yeah.
than my other character, because my other character is just kind of the way I normally talk most of the time.
Yeah.
I feel like this guy I want to get into it a little bit better. So if he changes his voices later on, forgive me. Just roll with it.
Just so you don't have to go through my world, Night Dog, and you're not talking to yourself. The other part of our crew, my lord, is outside watching the horses, but he is a great archer as part of the Adventurers Guild. His name is Ben, right?
Ben.
Ben, yeah. So
Ben.
my plan was to set forth immediately, if that is your request.
Very well.
Alright, so the Red Wolf is now giving you a nod. Now the real Lucian will take hold. So it's now yours.
Woohoo!
And Orlana, what was she, an elf?
Moon elf.
Or
A moon elf.
moon elf?
Yep.
Moon elf dancer.
Yup. Slash assassin.
Hey, she's a prostitute assassin, thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think of her as a prostitute, more like a stripper.
Yeah, like I said, I think she works in Tiffin's bar, but I just kind of told Jess, I said she's an entertainer. She's not necessarily a prostitute.
Remember earlier when I said somebody on the live stream is going to get offended and we're going to be on CNN by tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
There it is.
If they,
That's what's going to cause
Okay, to be fair, I built her myself. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I was like, dancers sound cool, and the more I read the descriptions, I was like, oh, I can do a lot with her.
If they're out of stories to the point to where they're talking about a D&D game that only has 2 people watching it at this moment, then they have bigger problems.
Yeah.
Ratings like way down.
Yeah.
You guys need a life more than we do.
Yeah.
There's losers, and then there's losers who make news stories out of the losers.
All right.
Because they didn't like the losers' characters on D&D.
So, Lucian, Orlana, Willie Nelson, You guys quickly go outside to meet up with Ben, who's watching over the horses. Um, so now I know that I have told Willie what his basically his loadout is, so he knows. Um, but I don't think I've told anyone else. Well, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Noah, you might actually know yours. It might be the same. Whatever's already on your sheet, I'll probably just let you have.
Okay.
As long as everybody's a level 3 character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I really got to finish building my character because I didn't come home and until like 7. So or 7:30, so I really didn't get a chance to
So we're
finish
doing
building.
level 3 characters, right?
Yeah, for them, level 3, yes.
Okay.
So, Nate, since you're an archer, obviously you're going to have a bow, I would assume, unless you wanted a crossbow.
No, I got a bow.
Okay. Alright. And since it's level 3, the armor is not going to be all that amazing. The only one I gave really substantial amount of armor to is TJ, but he's more or less the tank of the group, I would assume. So Bo, also I'll let you go ahead and have, let's do like 50 arrows, I think would probably be good.
Alright.
Jess, did we ever talk about your loadout or what you were thinking about having?
I don't think so. I don't know as much about her as I do about Elowen
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, just kind of, I mean, do you see her as more like a range character?
She might keep something ranged as a backup, like throwing knives or something, but I think she's more of a melee character.
Okay. Alright, let me look it up real quick. Let's see, 3.5. Danza.
I do prefer dual wielding over shield carrying.
Alright, let's see. Simple weapons, whip, and the spike chain. Spike chain, that sounds kind of cool.
That one could be really cool.
Let's see, it actually does, let's say medium does 2d4 damage. Or the whip, which is actually really funny. That'd probably be more of a character, more of a dominatrix type.
That's what exactly what I was thinking.
But it only does like 1d3 damage. It does non-lethal damage.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick the whip before, was like, I would rather her be lethal if she's going to be an assassin on the side. Like, I think she would much rather carry like a dagger in her braid than like a whip that's not going to kill anybody.
Right.
Give her the Wonder Woman lasso of truth, but a whip of truth.
Okay, you gotta, I'm sure you've looked this up before, but at level 3 you get the, basically the feat of Fighter's Insight, which you can actually start dancing in the middle of battle if you wanted to, and it increases the morale of the party, and they get a +2, let me make sure I'm reading this right, hold on.
Yeah.
A +2 to attack rolls, and this bonus is raised by a +1 at 5th level. Okay, so you just get a plus. Everybody gets a +2 to attack rolls if you spend your turn doing the Fighter's Insight.
Yeah, I'm going to print out my sheets and like write all of the feats down on them. When I have like physical sheets.
I would imagine that she wouldn't have too much armor on, seeing that she's a dancer.
I didn't see any. Yeah, I didn't see any like special armor bases, but like just with like the Dex modifier and a miscellaneous one, she's got a 17 AC.
That's what I figured.
So.
Yeah, so her Dex is gonna be really high.
Yeah.
What you could do, I'll give you the spike chain. I think that'd be kind of cool. And I'll also, if you wanted to just do another dagger character, you could do that too, because I think she does. Yeah, actually, next level at level 4, you can do. You get the sneak attack feet. So once you're able to do that, you can do sneak attacks and stuff.
Is there anything smaller than a dagger? Like, what are the little ones that like you sneak in your hair or something?
Like a shuriken type of thing?
Yeah, something like really small that she would like sneak up and like stab in somebody's throat or something.
Why don't we just make up something um, like on the game Assassin's Creed, like if they had the hidden blade stuff. What if I gave you one of those?
That works.
Alright, so let's just do, you can, maybe they're like, wait, you've seen them, right? You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
They look
Yeah.
like bracelets, and basically the blade comes out.
Yeah, it's like they used to like make little hairband things where it was a metal circle and the middle portion was a like holder.
Okay. So we can do that too. You can just have one in your hair, but I was thinking like the hidden blades could be like a dual wielding type of thing to where I
Yeah.
would basically do. We'll just do like a 2d4 thing for them as well,
Okay.
and then you can also have the thing in your hair, and the spike chain. I think would be a good. What's the range on the spike chain?
I'd have to look it back up again.
I'm looking at it right. Let's see. Um, 10 feet away. Do you want to have something different than that, or do you want
That works for her.
to? Okay.
As long as it's like she can have a sneak attack, because she's like a bard crossed with a rogue a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. And Noah, you still got everything, right?
Well, it depends. How much can we start off with?
Well, it's not going to be your higher up leveled Lucian that was before. So, since it's a level 3 character, like what?
Well, the thing I sent you when I remade the character was just that special dagger and then a sword.
Okay, and I'm trying to remember what was the special dagger. I can't remember.
It just had poison damage attached to it too. If the dice roll.
Okay.
That.
All right, that's fine since you're assassin class anyway. And the sword is it just a regular sword?
It's just a regular sword. I just made it sound like a cool name.
Okay.
I just gave it a name, but it's just a regular sword.
Okay, that's fine. Armor, what do you have?
That's true. That's true.
I didn't have any armor. Whatever is just the +2.
I don't know how we would do that.
So like a
Sounds
leather.
great.
That sounds like leather
I
armor.
think this is just lightweight leather armor.
Okay. All right.
True. There's no way we would make Idaho.
Leather armor.
Here, I got a list
Nate,
of Idaho.
I think you got leather armor now, and then the bow and
made a
the
list
50
of
arrows. Did you want anything
But I made
else?
some mostly going.
I was thinking
I made a
instead
couple.
a
I did make a couple.
comp longbow to get like a comp great bow. It's like an oversized bow.
Anderson, Tennessee.
Okay.
But I think I meant right Anderson.
And
South Carolina. I'm not sure. Might have looked,
plated
and then I
leather.
got all that in Charleston.
No, I can't hear TJ's really loud.
But these 4 are going
I don't know what he's doing. I can't hear you though.
here, going
TJ,
west.
shut up.
Sorry. I was I thought I had muted y'all, but apparently I turned it off of mute and started talking again. My wife and I are trying to make backup plans for the eclipse because it's probably going to be like stormy weather in Nashville, so we're thinking about going to Clemson, South Carolina, maybe.
I got you.
Clemson's
We're
nice.
probably not going to have a hotel, so I don't know how we're going to work this out.
I got you. All right. So what were you saying, Nate?
Plated leather. It's a +4 AC with a +5 dex.
Okay, +4 AC to +5 dex. All right. For since it's just starting off well, even though it's level 3.
I'm trying to find the book I found it out of.
Light armor studded. I know studded leather armor is +4, so I mean, that's fine. I mean, I think that'll be okay to have that +4. Yeah, I mean that's fine. What's that gonna put your AC up at?
I hadn't calculated it yet. Let's see, 10 plus Dex is 13 plus 4, so 17, I
I mean,
think.
yeah, that's fine. I just didn't want anybody at level 3 to be like 27 AC or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
So, man, yeah, that's fine. So I think Lucian, yours should be somewhere around there. The only one that should be have the highest, close to 20, should be TJ's character. Since
I think mine's 15, so
okay, because TJ's character is also kind of helping out in the blacksmith thing. That's why he's got such heavy duty armor, and like I said, he's the tank. So, all right. So is he back, or is he still? TJ, you back? No.
Sort of back.
Okay. All right. So since
My wife just brought to my attention some areas where it's going to be good weather, so we're trying to look at stuff. Sorry.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
Not that this is more important than y'all, but it kind of is more important than y'all right now.
We
But
feel
look, it's been 35 years since the last full solar eclipse in the U.S., and it'll be another 7 years until the next one. It's and I've been wanting to go see this thing for like 8 years since I found out about it like 8 years ago. So it's kind of sort of a big deal to me. So sorry if I'm a little distracted.
No, you're fine. All right. So, you guys have gotten all basically everything set up, ready to go. Everybody's level 3. You have your gear, but what you do not have are supplies. So on horseback to get to from Sinfall to get to about where Lich King is, it might be about, I don't know, half a day's ride on horseback. So depending on how things go, you might be spending a night in the woods. So it might be a good idea to get a little something something. So what do y'all want to do?
uh, I guess we'll go back into the Grand Hall and ask if they can give us some supplies for the journey. So I guess I'd go ask Thalian if he would give us some supplies for the journey.
Alien?
Yes, see Rasfalin.
Alright.
All right.
So you go see Rasfalum, and I'm gonna play army with you real quick. Rasfalum's like, oh yeah, you gotta go see the main chef.
All right.
So you go see the main chef. I believe that you need to see the steward in order to get that in order, so.
I'm gonna go see if I can find Vanathan.
Alright, so now you can talk to yourself. So you just disturbed Vanathan from meditating.
He'll get over it.
I'm sure he'll cooperate. So Vanathan tells you that you probably need to go see Tiberius.
I kick him square in the balls and run away.
Okay, so. Yes, can I help you? Hello, Lucian.
I need supplies.
Alright, he's shaving half of his beard off at this point. What kind of supplies?
I forgot how long this journey's gonna be. I don't know, 3 days worth of food and water and stuff like that.
He quickly goes and gets a quill and ink and parchment and starts writing it all down. Anything else?
That's all I can think of.
Oh, blast. I had just made some fries. Are you sure you don't want fries with that?
Go ahead. Give us some fries.
And he kind of gives like one of these little claps, like, yes, okay, off I go. And like a few seconds later, you hear like, he just runs back in. Here you go. He got a big bag of stuff.
Thank you.
Well, good luck to you, Docky. He thinks he's being cute because you're a dark elf.
Just kind of turn and walk away.
Oh, all right. And he goes back to shaving. So he ran through the whole castle with half a beard. Anyway, so you make it back outside with all the supplies. You meet up with Ben, or Ilana, or Ilana, right?
Or Alana.
Or Ilana, and Willie. So everybody's got all saddled up, and is everybody ready to go or no?
Sure.
All right.
Yep.
And TJ's busy. Someone's like, "Yep." So you guys set off. At this point, I would say it's probably like 2 to 3 in the afternoon. So you know that getting out that way, it's going to be rather dark. You guys ride along the way. Y'all see usual things. But just to kind of give a kind of description of what's going on, since it is a usual thing, but y'all don't know it outside the game. But in the game, you see like different like uh, carriages and stuff going back and forth to Sinfall and Nevlum. After leaving Sinfall, you see carriages, going all the way up to Gilvalim, which I believe is where this little stronghold is where you place the university at, right, Nate?
Yeah, let's see, Qualsilvic is the military academy, and Givelum is the university. Yes.
Right. And so outside of that, by Thane's farm, you see it's much bigger now. There's more area where there's more crops and there's more workers out there. The shop that he has is much bigger. It's like a much more like almost warehouse like building where a lot of the blacksmiths has been taking place, and you hear like ka-ching ka-ching, like a lot of hammering and stuff going on in there. Um, Along this, like I said, along this way, there is a clear path from here, which is not on this map, from the road where a lot of the carriages goes. But you do know that the mine that you are going to, or the cave, is somewhere around this area. So you guys are heading off the road. Um, Not a whole lot of craziness is going on other than that from what y'all used to see. Y'all used to see orcs in the area and things like that. Obviously, not anymore since Farksoff has been long gone. But you guys ride for, like I said, about 5-6 hours. It's starting to get pretty dark.
Hey, I'm gonna be AFK for a few minutes, okay?
All right, that's cool.
Trying to get some stuff figured out.
All right, so it's getting pretty dark. Horses are getting tired. They've been riding, like I said, about 5-6 hours. So do y'all want to keep going, or do y'all want to set up camp?
Well, what time did you say it is again?
So y'all left about 2, so it's about 8 o'clock at night, maybe close to 9, somewhere around there.
Yeah, probably need to make camp, I would think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so who's doing what? Who's doing fire? Who's doing...
I'll work on gathering like wood and stuff in the woods.
All right.
I also want to look for anything that might be able to be made into like a potion or into a poison.
Okay.
I forgot to ask you about that. If what all I knew.
All right. Yeah, you would know stuff like that. Yeah, hold on just 1 second. Let me stop sharing that. I gotta make sure the other thing is... Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Yeah, okay, do a search check.
Hey, Nick,
16.
did you mean?
Yeah, I'm checking. I'm adjusting some stuff
Okay.
real quick.
Just making sure.
Alright. Okay, we'll do just like that. And I'm going to start sharing again. Alright, what'd you get, Noah?
A 16.
Alright, so you gather up plenty of wood. You do notice that one, one particular frog that, if you take the kind of the mucus off its back, gives you a nice little something something on your blade that can be very poisonous.
Oh no! Oh crap! I don't have any vials like that. That would. Uh, I want to what all do I have on me besides like my weapons and stuff, like supplies wise?
I would think that you probably would have taken at least a vial with you, yeah. So you probably would have did that. I mean, we didn't really establish it too much other than the weapons and stuff, but I would assume that since you like to delve in poison and stuff, you could, take some extra vials. So we'll say you got two extra, like empty vials.
All right, I'm gonna just pick up the frog with my hand and like scrape the vial against his back.
Okay. Alright, so you got a pretty good amount.
I'll just throw the frog.
Alright. Alright, like I said, you gathered up a nice amount of wood. Bring it back to camp. I'm guessing you're going to work on the fire. Tiberius has plenty of food and water for you guys. Everything's good. Weather-wise, it's kind of humid. It's starting to get a little chilly in the night. It's around maybe like 70-something degrees. Wind's barely blowing. It's starting to get real dark. Don't really hear anything out of the ordinary. Y'all want to start settling in?
Yeah, I do.
Alright. So, Ben's going to sleep. Orlana, going to sleep? Yes?
Sleeping.
Sleep?
Yep.
We're going to assume that probably TJ is since he's not here. So I'm guessing Lucian's got first watch?
Yeah, I want to like climb up in a tree and just rest my back against the tree, my legs out on the branch type deal, but like standing out looking,
Alright.
watching from there.
Okay. Do a climb check.
The 12th.
Okay. Alright, so since everybody's starting to settle down, you kind of made your way halfway up there and kind of slipped and almost fell, but you caught yourself. No one saw it, but you're up in the tree, looking pretty good. You got a clear view of the camp area and around you, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary at the moment. So how long are you going to stay on shift?
I'll stay a little while. I don't know, at least 4 hours at minimum.
Okay.
That way I know if there's other elf characters, 4 hours is really all you need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, at least 4 hours.
Okay. So maybe 3 hours into your shift, you find yourself looking around, trying to, just get a good lay of the land. You kind of hear things every now and then, and you think it might be something, but turns out it's just a squirrel playing in the leaves. But then you start to hear something to the north, like some rustling. It sounds like it's something a little bigger. But do a listen check and a spot check.
Listen is a 13, and spot is an 18.
Okay. Alright, so first you, like I said, you hear it, and it sounds like you hear the rustling of leaves, and you hear like a random branch kind of break every now and then. But instead of like actual steps, you hear more like something's being like drug. Uh, and then as you kind of get your attention, you look, and you do see something over in this tree line over here. Something maybe I don't know, kind of man like average man like height, kind of walking along this way, kind of walking down.
I want to. I just want to stay up in the tree, maybe hide myself a little better.
Okay.
Like, crouch down, hide myself, but keep an eye in that direction. So I'll roll for a hide.
All right.
11.
Okay. All right. So let's see. One second. And, okay. All right. So you crouch down as much as you can up in the tree, around behind a branch, and you're kind of behind a branch where there's a lot of foliage, like a lot of leaves there. So you're pretty well covered and concealed, but you still have a good viewpoint from whatever that is over there. You still can't quite make out what it is, but you do know that the dragging of the leaves and whatever has stopped, and then it'll start again, and then it'll stop, and then eventually it kind of does that for like 3 or 4 times, and then eventually just stops. But you can still see the silhouette, and at this point you can see that it is someone, but since it's so dark, and it's still kind of further away, because I kind of see, and yes, I know this is y'all's original characters, but I didn't have time to find anything else, but I kind of see it as y'all are probably down here, and this person's here, so your dark vision doesn't really help from all the way over there, so, but you can see that it is someone over there, and they are currently looking.
Like looking around or like looking in my direction?
They're not looking at you, but they're looking around.
I want to put my hand like on my sword, like ready to go, just in case.
All right.
And then, no, I'm just gonna keep watching.
Okay. So, a few moments later, y'all hear some more. Well, you hear some more rustling of leaves, and I'll let. I don't know if TJ's back yet or not, but let Nathan and Jess do a listen check as well. But it will be a slight disadvantage because y'all are knocked out by sleep.
23.
Ooh, all right.
18.
Okay. All right. I would say even with that, y'all would hear something not too big, but big is moving closer and closer to you guys. So it does kind of wake you up, uh, startles you a bit, and you quickly do a spot check.
27.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
8.
All right. So see the human looking around, but the moon elf looks dead on, and she sees
Oh,
three
nice.
three people moving about in your direction, and they're not the most pleasant looking bunch. So I don't know what your immediate reaction is, but you can probably put two and two together. That, hey, that's your man. And he's got two dead with him, and they're about to do the thriller dance.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to just immediately describe what I see to them.
All right. Do you yell it out, whisper, or what?
I assume they're close enough for me to whisper it and them hear me.
Okay. All right. Lucian, do a listen check real quick since you're up in the tree.
Where's my listen? There it is. 12.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that. Yeah, you heard what she said with your great elf ears. They are moving a little closer now. So,
I'm just gonna stay. I want to roll another hide, just like maybe sit down, like kind of like ready to pounce. Yet I'm hidden, like crouched down enough to where if they get close, I can just pounce on them.
okay.
So
Like I said, it doesn't appear that they have seen you guys yet, but I will say that the fire is probably here. Um, so they're just out of range from like seeing you guys. They're not alerted. They're not running fast over there. So what would y'all want to do? It's not an initiative yet.
I want to move away from the fire and roll a hide just to see what they're going to do.
All right.
Yeah, same here.
yeah, my new hide's 18.
Mine's a 9,
Oh boy.
And mine's a 10.
but I moved away from the fire, so I'm in the darkness
All right.
at least.
So the fire was here. Orlana moves over here. Is hiding behind some not so good bushes, and her nice bright skin is being hit reflected probably by the moonlight. She's doing a little Edward right now and probably sparkling. um, Nate, what'd you get?
10.
10. Okay. So you back up just enough and you're behind some trees. It's probably not the best cover, but you're hidden for now. And Noah, you are up in the trees with an 18, probably around here, just right above the campsite, which fires here. TJ, we're going to say that he just kind of backs off somewhere over here by Orlana. Yeah, Noah, you're very well hidden. I have no idea. But after a while, if you guys kind of get in position, you do see them, well, the guards, kind of, or whoever this is, get up closer. As they come into view, you can see that um, they're ancient soldiers of some sort, fought in some kind of war way back when. Their armor's all rusted and terrible looking, got scratches everywhere. Their skin is decayed. They're like walking skeletons, and they get these long swords, and you're just hearing this crackling, and they have this green mystic aura around them, and you can tell that it's being controlled and manipulated by the Lich King, who's kind of standing back watching everything. Um, but yeah, they come right up to where the campfire is, and they kind of are on sandwich the campfire, so to speak, and they're just kind of looking around with their great swords, just looking. So you can tell that they sense that something obviously is up, but they don't know where y'all are. And actually, let me do a spot check for them. Okay. That was bad news, Bears. Um, so unfortunately, Edward, you were spotted by this one, and he kind of lets out like a screeching howl, where the Lich King immediately is just floats over. And Nate, you were spotted by this one, and he's kind of looking over, and he also lets out a really big howl, and they're in a battle stance. And we're gonna roll for initiative. We'll see how this first battle goes with these guys. Bump, 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 bump.
Did I get those?
11.
11. No, you didn't. You're still hidden. Okay, so 11 for Jazz.
14. No, 15.
15 for Nate. Noah?
15.
Alright, y'all roll one more time, please.
Nat 20.
Alright.
Yeah, he got it.
Okay, so Nate first. then Noah, and then Jess, and then I'll roll for TJ, I guess. Okay. Let me actually roll for them. And Lich King. Oh, snap. 14. Alright. Alright, Nate, you're first.
I want to move 30 feet back away from them.
Okay.
And take cover behind a tree and fire at the one that saw me.
Alright, so that would be this one there. Let me pull up my handy dandy calculator. Okay.
With a 12 to hit.
Yes.
For 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. How in the world did you do that much as a level 3 character?
I got a skirmish, which gives me, if I move before an attack, it gives me plus 1d6 class ability.
That's awesome. Alrighty. Let's see. We see. Noah.
Can I jump from the tree and hit the Lich King?
Lich King. Yeah, probably so. Probably from this angle, yeah. This one is right below you, but if you, I'd probably make you do like a jump and then do your attack roll.
Oh, so I couldn't do like a sneak attack from the tree, like jumping down sneak attack?
No, it would still be a sneak attack, but I'm just saying I'd make you do a jump too.
Yeah, I'll try.
It'd be pretty awesome.
Here we go. All right, for the jump. Nat 20. All right,
Oh,
wasted that one.
Yep.
All right, so I guess here we go for the roll see if I actually hit with the sneak attack. Let's see. Damage by 16 for hit.
You just hit him.
I do this amazing. I hit him.
You did. You did.
Oh,
You just
I missed. I was
barely hit him, but yes, you hit him.
All right, sneak attack damage. Here we go. Oh, good. That'd be 9.
Ah. Okay, 9. All right.
Yep, just 9.
All right. So yeah, you do this awesome spiraling like flip in the air, and you come down on the Lich King and just. What did you use? Your sword?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's the sword.
Okay. All right. So he lets out another howl, and now he is going to. I think what I will have him do is says once he sees you come down on him and you stab him, he's going to charge up in his right hand and he's going to shoot a fireball at you.
Oh, good.
Just because he loves doing that. Like a douche. Get out my other dice here. It's weird going back to stats of level 3 characters. Throws me off guard. For 7 points of damage.
Oh, he hit?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a spell, so it's just gonna, and you're right there beside him at this point. Jess, your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack the one directly in front of me and TJ with the spike chain.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a 14 to hit.
Yeah, that hits him. Actually,
Okay.
I gotta pull up one more calculator. I forgot it.
Okay. And 6 damage.
Very nice. Okay, and then TJ's gonna go for attack roll, I guess on the same one. I don't know his stats, but I rolled a 7, so I'm gonna say that does not hit. Damn it, TJ. So the one that's closest to you guys, I'll have him, I probably attack TJ since he'd be closer, that only makes sense. Oh, a nat 20.
Yeah.
That's what TJ
And
gets.
there goes the
That
character.
banged it. Well, no. Then I rolled a 5. So, what we got here? Is that him?
I'm back, by the way.
Alright, you just took 5 points of damage.
Look,
Not for...
I and got Taco Bell and didn't finish my character like a good little boy. So I don't even know what my hit points are. I'm sitting here trying to look up the character so I can roll up my hit points. Even though I've had like 6 weeks to build Willie Nelson, I haven't done it.
It takes a lifetime to build Willie Nelson. But yeah, you got hit 5 points. The other one is going to turn around and try to attack Lucian since it's closer. For a net 1 because he's just so bamboozled after getting hit by that awesome arrow. So he kind of stumbles and misses completely, and the Lich King just kind of gives him a look. And you see the Lich King raise out his hand to give him a little bit more power. And now we go all the way back up to Nate.
Alright, I want to move another 30 feet back and take cover behind another tree and fire another arrow with the same guy.
Alright.
With a 24 to hit.
Okay. Oh yeah, I mean that's a definite hit.
For 14 points of damage.
Okay, 14 points. Alright, that one. And since that's such a definite hit, and I'm not even gonna make like firing into combat like there was no. I'm not gonna give any negative penalties on that. That one actually goes down. He is on the ground. Yep, right one. Oh, guess the right one. Goes up. He went kapooty. Noah.
Alright, I'm going to stab at him again
Okay. Good old Lychee.
with a 15 to miss.
Yeah. Now he is not incredibly happy. So you see him raise up both hands, and this fog shoots out from up underneath his cape and engulfs pretty much the whole area, and except for Nate, because you're about 60 feet out of the area now. I don't want to move you off the map. But so it engulfs this whole area. Everybody takes another -4 damage. It's kind of like this toxic fume that comes out. But once you kind of breathe it in, it eventually kind of goes away. So it's not something that's going to stay in the area. It just kind of goes out that one time. But everybody takes an immediate -4. Jess.
Sorry, I'm having to like type in my damage stuff because I don't have a physical thing yet.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Uh,
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna ask. I'm trying to find on here how many die you roll for your first when you're setting up the character. Is it just that I'm looking on the little online thing you gave me before, and I looked up the fighter one. It says hit die is a D10. So is that the one I roll up to see how many hit points I start with?
I usually just do the max on the first level, so you would probably just start off with your 10 or whatever, and then you would do that plus your Constitution modifier for the levels after that. So you do that 2 more times.
Okay.
Cause you have everything else rolled up, right?
Yeah, just about.
Okay.
And my Constitution modifier is 2, so.
Okay.
Oh, look at that! I rolled a 2, so I think it's +4, so that's 14. Then level 3 would be. Okay, well, I'm sitting on 19 on my hit points.
All right. That sounds about right. All right, Jess, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I'm gonna use the spike chain again and aim for the feet and try and trip it.
Nice. Good idea.
And it's a nat 20.
All right. So yeah, they loop around around his feet. Both of them are tied together. Okay. So do your hit die.
So that is. I keep
Actually,
trying to make sure-
hold on. Roll one more time. You got a nat 20. Roll one more time.
Oh, I got a 7.
Okay. All right. Well, it's not any kind of
Yeah.
critical, but that's fine. All right. Now do your hit die.
5.
5. Okay. So also do a strength check real quick for me.
Okay.
We'll say the 5 damage went from when the chain kind of wrapped around his legs, spiked him.
Okay, so the strength is also a d20, right?
Yeah, just do a d20 and then add your modifier to it real quick.
Okay, because I rolled another nat 20.
Damn it. Wow. All right. So you gave such a jerk on this guy that you pulled his feet from out from under him and has moved him all the way up to you, and he's right between you and TJ at the moment. So he's right there. He's prone on the ground, laying on his back. He dropped his sword because that was a nat 20. He dropped his sword, and he's just there, kind of defenseless, looking up at you like a worthless zombie that he is. And TJ, it's actually your turn. So you have a prone zombie that's weaponless right in front of you.
I'm gonna roll for attack with my axe.
All right, he's just gonna go down and just chop him like wood.
Yeah, and I rolled for my hit 18, natural 18.
Oh yeah, you hit him.
And my strength is +5.
Well, you gotta roll your hit die that I gave you.
Oh, sorry. I was kind of out of it because I'm still trying to build him because I'm a terrible D&D player.
No, that's fine.
Oh, roll an 8.
Roll an 8, so and then you plus your 5, so what, 13?
Yep.
And I'm going to give him a negative since he is prone and weaponless, so I'm going to say you cut his head clean off. So, good job, Jess.
Woo!
TJ's like,
Never gonna happen like that again.
nat 20. Alright, so now it's the Lich King, and you got a Lucian over there wrestling with him. So, Nate, your turn.
I'm gonna stay where I am behind cover and rapid shoot the Lich King.
Rapid shot. That was one of my favorites whenever I was playing my ranger.
And let's say, so 14 to hit with the first.
Okay. That does not, unfortunately.
And a 24 to hit. No, 22 to hit.
Either way, it hits. Lucian, go ahead and do a reflex for that first arrow.
And I have precise shot as well.
Oh, so
That'd be-
I can shoot.
It's a 19 on reflex.
so yeah, it wouldn't hit him anyway. Okay. All right, so
And that's 4 points of damage.
okay, 4 points of damage. So what does precise shot do? Just guarantees that no one else gets hit?
Yeah, I can fire into melee without taking a penalty.
I understand, like it's like a perk, but at the same time, like I'll go ahead and allow it, but it actually is kind of funny because like I guarantee I could never hit any of my teammates, even though I missed. D&D. Okay, all right. Noah, your turn. It was only the 4 points of damage, right, Nate?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Noah.
All right, I'm gonna go. So he's got an arrow stuck in. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna attack him. I got an idea for later, but I'm just gonna attack him.
All right.
All right, that I roll. What's crit for swords? Like a short sword.
I can look it up. I believe it's
Is it
19,
19
Yeah.
20 or
times.
20?
Yeah, 19, 20 times 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I just rolled a 19, so
Ooh.
nat 19.
Okay.
So I'll roll it again.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, but you can't crit undead though, can you?
Hmm.
I don't think you can crit
Let's
undead
see.
because they're already dead.
Can you critical hit undead? Come on, Google. Undead construct. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I think like undead constructs and aberrations you can't critical hit because they don't have any kind
Okay.
of like
Yeah.
critical organ.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. So unfortunately not.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. Let's do some damage. All right, 4 points of damage.
All right. Good deal. All right, slashing, hacking away. Now it's his turn. So he is going to release probably that fog again. You see, as he hit, he kind of releases it as a kind of acid reflux. As a reflex, he just lets it go, like we all do sometimes when we're walking down the aisle of Walmart. And it takes another -4. Another -4.
All right.
Except for Nate. And then Jess.
Okay, so do I have any sort of like sneak attack that I can do?
Not now, since everything's pretty much started, and
Okay.
you got
I just wanted
spotted.
to
Yeah, yeah, you got spotted, and they alerted the Lich King, so he kind of knows everybody's there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, in that case, I'm going to move up close enough to keep using my spike chain to keep a little bit of distance between us.
All right. Let's see.
So that's going to be a 24 to hit
That's a hit.
and 5 damage.
Okay. And all right, so you just got whipped by the spike chain. And TJ.
I'm gonna attack with my battle axe. Oh, and what's critical damage for that battle axe, by the way?
Let's see. War axe. Pretty sure. Let's see. Dwarven. I'll give you the Dwarven War axe. I'm pretty sure it's actually. I mean, it's actually a ×3. It's not a ×2, but I'm pretty sure it's 19 and 20. Yeah.
19
We'll
to
just
20
yeah, we'll just do that. It's fine.
times 2
×3.
times 3. Okay. All right, so let me roll it.
It's a
Roll it up.
Dwarven War axe.
I rolled a 4.
Way to go, Willie.
Yeah, I know, right?
Alright, so you went up, took a big freaking swing, and missed terribly.
A swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss, and boom goes dynamite. Alright, and Nate, back to your turn.
I'm gonna try to rapid shot him again.
Okay.
Still from behind cover. That is a 16 to hit
Yep.
with the first.
Yep.
For 7 points of damage.
Very nice. Okay.
And a 19 to hit with the second.
Does you hit?
For 9 points of damage.
Very good. So he's just, after you miss TJ, you look up and you see like 2 more arrows go get stuck in him. And Noah, your turn. Noah.
Oh, sorry, I missed.
You missed the attack roll?
Yeah, I got a 14.
Oh, wiener. Alright, so the Lich King is going to raise up just his right hand, and you see him raise it up with his fingers kind of out, and then he clenches a fist. And let's see, Jess, TJ, and Noah do a reflex save.
Oh, I'm
17.
good at those. Yeah, 22.
22. What about TJ?
8.
Alright, so all of you guys see below you these two hands come out of the ground right beneath you and try to grab a hold of your legs. Lucian and Orlana get out of the way. TJ, you are being held just by your feet with these hands, so you can't move from that space for the time being until you do something about it. And Jess.
So are we able to attack the hands that are currently holding him?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go after him with the hidden blades,
Okay. All right.
which is a 10 to hit.
Yeah, it'll hit him.
Okay, and those are a different roll. So for 7 points damage.
Okay. So right after you notice that you're being grabbed by these hands, TJ, Orlana kind of does a baseball slide by you and then just kind of opens up one of her blades and just cuts them off at the wrist. As you see this moon elf just slide by you right into home plate.
Which, by the way, reading about those hidden blades were like the coolest things ever.
I know. You're welcome.
I'm gonna look at her and say, somebody's making it to second base.
Somebody doesn't have to try to do that.
Orlana, you slut.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Alright, so TJ, it's actually your turn, so she saved you just in
Am I
time.
still held, or is she not? Is she just completely destroy the hands?
No, yeah, she cut them off at the wrist, so you're still being held, but you can move.
Oh, okay, so it's just dangling.
Yeah.
Can I like do a move and try to like shake them off or something?
Yeah, you can just do it as a free
and
action.
then attack.
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
Are you sure you got everything like added up right? Or did you just roll really low and add everything to a 6?
I rolled a 6. I haven't added anything to that yet.
Alright, so
What do you want me to add?
so
Dexterity?
it would be your base attack. Let me actually like look it up real quick. So it'd be your base attack. So you're a fighter, right?
Yep. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
slacking
you're
over.
good. I just
I'm
want
trying to as we go.
to make sure.
It should be 3 plus a strength.
Yeah, that's it. So 3 plus your strength modifier. So what'd you say it was a minute ago? 5? Is that what you said?
Yep. So that'd be 8,
Plus 6.
14.
Well, no, it's still barely a miss, but oh, that's my other screen. So you actually ended up missing again, but at least now you know that. So just add 8 to all that from now on. Back up to Nate. Nate, your turn.
Rapid shot again from behind cover.
All right.
First one's a hit with 23,
Okay. Yeah.
and the second one is a miss with a 7 for 11 points of damage.
Ooh-wee. All right. Another 2 arrows. Noah.
All right, game time. Here we go. I got a 5.
Game time. Here we go. Swing and a miss. All right. Level 3 characters.
Ever since I jumped out of that tree, I've been off.
Oh boy, happens to the best of us. All right, Lich King. Gonna fire a couple more fireballs at you there, or actually just 2 there, Lucian. And don't forget what you can do since he's shooting a spell close by.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah. All right, but you do take 8 points of damage, but you get one more attack. Actually,
Everyone
pretty
does.
much everybody does. I was gonna
Well,
say,
I take how much? How much damage?
you take 8 points of damage.
Oh, I'm unconscious.
All right, so Lucian falls, but Willie and Orlana, every time you guys are very close by, I was hoping that somebody would catch it first go around. If they shoot a spell nearby you, you get an attack of opportunity. So you get an automatic attack. So you can go ahead and roll for see if you actually hit him.
Is he still doing that thing where he's like holding his arm out to shoot out fireballs?
He just shot Lucian. Lucian went down, and then he's not holding the arm out. Well, I guess he's still got it out, but he's not shooting any more fireballs out. He's about to like let it down.
Okay, well I rolled a 20 not natural,
Okay, that hits him. Yes.
and I was going to use the hidden blades to go for the arm that he was reaching out
Okay. Roll for damage.
for 10 points of damage.
Very nice. All right, so you went up, and how did you want to stab him in the arm? Like in the forearm, the hand?
So I was going to like try and slice through the arm.
Interesting.
Say get him at the elbow, get him tendons.
All right, so yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. So you swing in a downward motion right after you see Lucian fall. The forearm, pretty close to the elbow joint, gets sliced off, and since he's kind of like this, basically a rotting flesh that's being held by magic anyway, it just kind of goes off, and you see it fall to the ground, and he looks at you very, very angrily. And TJ, you go ahead and roll for your attack.
I rolled 22.
That's a hit, my friend.
All right, let me roll a d12. I rolled a 6.
And you add your strength modifier, which is 5.
5, so that's 11.
Good deal. So that's a big whopping axe strike. Okay, so he's starting to look very, very, very weak now. You see energy kind of pouring out of his sliced arm that he has now, like this green, toxic-looking energy. He's starting to bow over a little bit. His eyes that were really, really bright green are starting to kind of die down. Nate.
Rapid shot
Okay.
from behind cover with a 10 on the first and a crit fail on the second.
All right. You just shoot off in the woods. You just hear, do a listen check real quick. For the second one.
20.
Okay, you hear like a random. Gotta throw him in every now and then. All right. No, you're knocked out. Okay, so old Litchy is going to try to crop dust, but since his energy is dying down, it's now only like you see that the fog is not as strong and it's probably not as potent. You only take one -1 on your HP, not Nate. And Jess.
Okay, so since I'm like right in front of him, I'm gonna attack him again with the hidden blades for another not nat 20.
Look at you go.
I know, it rolled 16 twice in a row, and I finally remembering to add my like ability modifiers where I need to, so.
Nice.
And then that's 6 points of damage.
Alright, 6 points. Okay. So you're going up there slicing and dicing, and then a dwarf comes up. TJ, your turn.
Well, we're gonna try to hit again.
Alright.
So let me roll that one. Roll that beautiful bean footage. 19.
And Duke.
That is some beautiful bean footage.
Alright, so
That's times. And we rolled a 6 again, plus 5, 11 times 3, 33.
DJ, this might be one of the first times ever. How do you want to do it, my friend?
I'm going to run up to this dude. All right, how is he standing? Give me a picture of what he's
Well,
doing right now.
Orlana kind of went up there and kind of quickly sliced and diced. She's kind of an in and out fighter, I'm kind of seeing. So she went up there and just kind of quickly sliced him, probably knocked him back a little bit, stumbled back. So he's still up on his feet, or kind of slightly floating. Yeah, but he's got knocked back and he's trying to stand straight up, basically.
Okay. So he's not standing straight. He kind of staggered back.
Yeah.
Is he down on one knee or what?
No. He's still standing up on both.
Okay. I'm going to run up to him. I'm going to like kick him right in the knee and just like break his leg. He's going to fall to that knee. Then I'm going to grab him by his right. I'm going to grab him with my left arm, grabbing his right arm, straight across from me, and take my war axe at an angle from the upper left-hand side going towards the right-hand side, and I'm going to hit him right in the neck, going right down towards into his shoulder, like straight at an angle, and just fucking just lay his neck open, like down in the chest cavity.
Oh.
And then my axe is just going to stick there. I'm going to snatch it back out, and like I'm going to let go of his arm, put my foot on his chest, and snatch the axe back out.
All right.
And then just like stand it up on the ground like, yeah, I just did that.
So after you hit him, you do see a lot of energy kind of come out from his mouth and kind of leave and disperse into the air. The undead that was around the area that y'all just kind of knocked out, they were, which I kind of forgot to describe, they were like unconscious and knocked down, but they were slightly kind of twitching and moving, but since all this just happened, completely stopped. Nate, you see all this. You see the dwarf just got a really amazing, gruesome kill. Lucian's still unconscious, completely out of initiative. What do y'all want to do?
Lich King, eh? I told you they wasn't so tough.
Now, Noah, did it knock you down just to 0, or was it at any negative numbers?
2-0.
Okay, so he's right at probably about a -1 now.
I'm gonna run up and try to. I'm not a healer, so I'm gonna run up and collect my arrows.
Run up and do what?
Collect my arrows.
All right. How many did you shoot? Like around 12 to 15?
Yeah, probably somewhere around in there.
Just roll like a.
If he said 12, just make him roll a d12.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
roll a
d12.
Let's do that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. TJ, you and Orlana, what do y'all want to be doing?
I'm gonna search the bodies.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna do, is search the Lich King since I'm just standing over him.
All right. On the other two undead, what'd you get, Nate?
I rolled a 9.
Okay. All right. Got 9 arrows back. On the other two undead, you just, like I said before, it's mainly just like rusty, kind of just old ancient armor. Nothing too valuable. The swords look okay. Y'all could probably take them back to the blacksmith if you chose to, but they're just two-handed, like great swords. The Lich King, he just has on some cloth-like cape that just looks like a really old, jangly cloak. You do find a book on him. And you also find you find a gold ring, and you find a locket.
What kind of book is it?
The book is a journal that looks to be very, very old. It's leather bound, And David just said fatality. Pretty much. Fatality. It's leather bound. The pages are in very, very bad shape. It was not contained well, and actually, when you kind of flip through it, a lot of the writings and stuff in the journal entries is not very legible at all.
Okay, and then what's inside the locket?
The locket, when you open it up, shows a half elf, man, a human woman, and a boy, and it's a drawing, and that looks like it's probably the most well preserved.
Okay, I want to take the locket and the journal to see if anybody can decipher the journal and see if the locket has anything to do with what's in it when it's deciphered.
Okay. Like I said, some of I mean, the journal, like I said, not all of the entries are legible, but there's you do find some that are legible. So let's say how would I want you to do this? Let's just do. No, actually, you're an elf. I wouldn't have you do that anyway. So yeah, you could read through them. Okay, so I will basically just kind of read what you find in there. It's better than just typing it all up. So you kind of skim through there and you find entry 1. See if I can hopefully read my own handwriting here. You see that this guy briefly states out of what you can. Each entry is like a long, elaborate thing, but since a lot of the ink is faded in certain parts, or there's stains, there's blood stains, there's whatever kind of stains, but you could see enough from entry 1 to see that brought back to life right after the Great Battle of New Oak is all you can make out of entry 1.
Mhm.
You just kind of skip through, skim. And all the while this is going on, do you want to be reading this out loud, or you want to keep it to yourself?
Okay, were we there when the other Great Shadow was talking about New Oak? Like, are we aware of that part?
Yes.
Okay, then I want to point that out to the rest of the group that the journal is in reference to New Oak, or at least one of the entries is.
Okay. Next entry that's illegible is entry 27. It says, I'm beginning to lose myself in the cave. Why Salakel has me here, I don't, and that's all you can remember. I mean, that's all you can read. The next entry is entry 32. It says, why am I being tortured? And then it's just a bunch of questions. Because I lost my son. And the next question is, because I couldn't lead? Question mark. Next entry is entry 43. And you can see that as it goes along, a lot of it's legible, but doesn't make any sense. It's just scattered thoughts. The more and more you go on, it's just getting more and more scattered. Entry 43 is evil thoughts have consumed me. And it's like just a bunch of just random, just gibberish, just letters that don't mean anything in any kind of language. I have begun to forget about New Oak and sin. And then it's a bunch of gibberish. And then it says, is that how I died? Question mark. Entry 62 is just written, looked like with his finger with blood. And it says, the darkness reigns all. And then you kind of go down and you can see in small print in ink, he says that it voices in his head in his dreams, and then it keeps saying darkness reigns all, over and over and over and over for like 10 pages straight. And the last entry is entry 79, and there's the rest of the book is blank, but entry 79 has the letter R and then the word no.
Hmm. I think we need to find out what New Oak is after we take care of the Lich King for good.
Hey, what you reading there, lady?
Okay, I assumed I was reading this out loud when I realized it was in reference to something that had tried to like.
Yeah, she was probably reading.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she.
Out of game. Didn't realize you were reading out loud for real.
That's okay.
All right.
Seems like someone didn't have too good a time down here. All this talk about torture and whatnot's got me a little nervous.
The locket and journal are. I have no idea what that last word is. What is that?
Horcrux.
Oh.
Horcruxes.
Horcruxes.
What is a Horcrux?
Oh my
From,
god,
Harry
it's a Harry
Potter.
Potter thing.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know about Harry Potter. David, get on out of here with your gibberish.
Actually, the locket and a journal are both Horcruxes in the series, so that's really funny.
Really?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the other part to it? I forget. I hadn't watched that in a long time. So wasn't there
It's
like
like-
3 parts?
Yeah, it's like the Horcruxes are like pieces of a soul after you've murdered somebody.
No, I don't know. Man, Rowling have the same thoughts, I guess. Never seen it. Have no idea. Or never read it either.
It's hard to get into this
Wouldn't
late.
it be
in the
weird
game.
if you had written the exact same storyline?
That would be
as
really
the
weird.
Part of Harry Potter without realizing it.
Very weird. Yep. Alright, so... Yeah, so the Lich King is down. Like I said, the Undead is down. 2, 3 in the morning. You'll have Locket, the book. What do you want to do?
I say we need to rest up here for a little while, get our strength back.
Should we move away from the Lich before it wakes back up? Don't they normally wake back up?
How about we destroy him?
I tell you what, another blow from my axe and I can lop his head clean off.
At
That
this
take care of this old bastard so he don't wake up.
point, I would say Lucian is probably at 1. So you guys got him up enough to where he's at 1. Noah?
Yeah, I thought they just completely forgot about me for a while.
Oh, no, Nathan was, I think, oh no, were you just taking care of your arrows or no? I thought you...
Yeah, like I was gonna pick up my arrows, and then I was gonna like take like the great swords from the
Okay.
dead.
Actually,
Yeah.
no. All right, Lucian, you might still be unconscious. I thought he said he was going to take care of you at one point. So maybe no. You're still unconscious.
No, I said I'm out of here. Like I have no skill in
Yeah,
heal.
So, yeah.
No, what's your character's race and class?
Dark Elf Assassin.
Okay, so you're elf. And Jessica, what's your race?
I'm a moon elf dancer, and I also don't have heal.
Okay. And Nathan, what's your race and stuff?
I'm a human scout.
Okay.
All right, so I will say you're probably, after reading the whole journal, TJ's still standing proudly over the Lich King, and Nate was gathering his arrows and just kind of listening. You probably had about a -6 now, no?
Hey, ain't none of you. Hey, you elf lady, you ain't got no strength and magic or something to help him out?
What do I look like to you?
You look like a goddamn whore, I tell you that.
Well, you're not
That ain't
wrong.
got but that ain't got nothing to do with the task at hand. We need to fix this little feller up before he keels over.
And what, you think just because I've got a vagina and a set of tits that I can heal him?
-7.
I don't know no evidence that a tits or vagina can't cure. I don't believe it's gonna help that one over there.
I'm a let's see, can you do an untrained heal? Let me see.
Yeah, I actually don't know how
yeah.
untrained works.
Yeah, you can do heal untrained. I want to try untrained heal to stabilize them.
All right, I'll let you roll for it. Let's try. Because he's pretty badly burned from a Lich King.
That's a
Humans ain't
that's
no
a
good at no magic.
6.
All right. You You take some scraps of cloth and stuff from your clothes and try to patch them up the best you can. And you think in your mind it looks great, but from Willie Nelson and Oriana's perspective, it looks like you probably made it a little worse.
I'm gonna elbow Jessica. I told you humans ain't no good at no magic and healing.
Okay, I will try it. So remind me how untrained skills work.
You just roll and add your
Ability
modifier.
Yeah.
That would
ability
require me to have an
modifier.
ability modifier.
It's wisdom.
Yeah, I'm not very wise, and I rolled a 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to aid with a. Okay, that's a 13.
All right. That's a little better. Okay, so it's starting to look a little better. Like I said, he's still badly burned, still unconscious. We'll say he's stable condition now, so he's not gonna move anywhere else. But let's just hope a strong gust of wind doesn't go through here. So you're currently at -7. No, remember that.
All right.
Like I said, still 3 in the morning. All those undead still right there.
You guys think we better get out of here before these little bastards wake up?
I know we killed him.
I thought we did too. I heard one of you fellers saying something about them waking up.
I heard a rumor they wake back up if you wait too long.
I tell you one goddamn thing, I ain't wait down here to find out.
I think we need
Sorry,
to like.
my accent's probably all jacked up. I'll work on it.
Sounds
We
good.
need to.
Yeah.
I think we need to destroy something that's supposed to contain the soul. I think. That's what I
You
heard.
want me to
Is what
destroy
we
that
listen
there
to.
locket?
You can do a knowledge of Arcana or something there.
I got a knowledge religion.
Okay. You would know, obviously, about the, crap, what is it called? The fire, can't say the damn word. Where's it at? There it is. The phylactery. That is what kind of is the bind of a lich, and of certain lich kings like this, or certain spirits. They're usually bound to something, whether it be an item or a treasure of some sort. In this case, you don't know whether it's actually the locket, book, or maybe both.
I relay that to them.
Set it there. Set that locket there on that stone and let me see what I can do with my axe.
All right. You're gonna let him do
Yeah,
that?
You want me to roll for that and see if I can just
No,
bust this thing
you
open
can
or
just
not?
you can just do it.
Just do it.
Yep.
Like, what do you want? I mean,
So obviously
Okay.
you just yeah.
you want me to roll anything? Is what I'm saying.
No. So you just hit it, and the thing just shatters into 1,000 pieces.
Holy farking shit!
Don't know my own strength.
And I was just gonna sit back there and like flex my arms and stuff.
And you're wearing all armor, so they really can't tell you're flexing. But you think,
I think I look cool.
yeah.
You like doing that pec
I like
thing,
got
nobody can get.
my armor on the bicep, but like got more strength in these things than I thought I had.
Oh crap! All right, so that's shattered.
What you be thinking about that there feller waking up now? Think we need to burn that book too?
long as
Probably just to be sure.
As long as we can remember what's in it to report back.
Are you sure you remember what's in it?
Write that down. I can read, but not so well on the writing.
Yeah, we can just make notes. Or, I don't know, does anyone have paper?
Well, there was scrap pages at the end of the book. I said.
Well, yeah, but we shouldn't pull it out of the book that might be cursed.
I'm just saying.
I don't be thinking we ought to take none of this shit here with us. Get one of these demons up our arse down the road, we'll be in shit deep.
So we know that, based on his writing, the Lich King thought that it may have possibly died at Fen or New Oak, whatever New Oak is, and was brought back after New Oak, is what it said, and then was tortured and kind of descended into the chaos of dark thoughts.
And the last message.
I thought that was is that where I died thing, or did I miss one?
The last message was the letter R and the word no.
That's right. Yeah.
KNOW or NO?
Just NO.
NO.
Alright.
Meanwhile, we are discussing that. I'm just dusting off my armor because I'm not all that bright.
Alright, while you guys are trying to decide, you got a burnt up dark elf over there, and you see the severed hand or arm of the Lich King. The fingers start to twitch and move.
Hey, that fucking thing's moving.
Okay, burn the journal. Burn the journal. Also, there was a gold ring in there somewhere.
I'm gonna swing at the hand with my axe.
Alright, so the hand is starting to slide closer to the body, and the first swing you're starting to miss. So TJ's playing whack-a-mole with the hand on the ground over there. Alright, who's burning the journal?
I'm gonna run it over to the fire and toss it in, and also I'm gonna shout and remind them that there was a ring in there too, and we shouldn't take our chances.
So after you toss the journal in, the fire that y'all had made turns into a blue color and shoots up as high as the tree line. So it goes all the way to the top of the trees, and you see all of the undead sit up and scream, and then they evaporate into ash.
Never mind, I don't think we have to worry about the ring.
Yeah, I think that did it.
It's about damn time I was bludgeoning up my axe so bad I thought I was gonna have a warhammer before it was over with.
Maybe you weren't playing whack-a-mole.
And I'm gonna thumb the edge of my axe. That's all, trying to I'm feeling that it's maybe not so sharp anymore.
And I'm actually gonna walk back over there and slip the gold ring into my pocket to sell later.
Alright, good deal. Okay. So, yeah, 3:30-ish maybe in the morning. Job is done. What do y'all want to do?
Sorry, what Noah just sent in the group.
Yep.
I was actually going to say I think that we should make a stretcher for his character.
Oh, Celine
That I can do.
Celine Dion. Yeah. Get that skirmisher. You can do that.
Say 22 to make a thing.
Alright, so you could find some nice sturdy branches around the forest area, and everything evaporated off of the Lich King except for his kind of okay looking cloak, I guess. So you can use that for the, I don't know, the cloth part of the stretcher. So place the burnt Lucian on there. Poor Lucian. Alright, so what are we doing now?
You want to head back to Sinfall?
Yeah.
That'd be better for him.
Okay. So you guys head at 3:30 in the morning all the way back to Sinfall.
Where are the horses?
They were nearby camp. I kind of didn't mention them, but they were nearby. They didn't get scared off or anything. I wasn't that mean this time.
Okay.
So you guys ride back. So y'all make it back at around 9:30 in the morning. The guards quickly let you in because they see the state of Lucian. He is quickly taken away by some of the clerics in town to begin healing.
Open the forking gate or I'll have your arse.
So what do y'all want to do? Y'all are currently inside the gate with all the knowledge. What do you want to do?
I think I'd be having myself a drink.
Alright,
I'll
so
join you.
Willie Nelson and Ben are going to Tiffin's Pub / brothel. Orlando?
That sounds like going to work, so I'm gonna go report to the castle.
Okay. So as you go do that, um, you walk up to the castle steps and are greeted by the guards who kind of give you the nod. You walk into the grand hall and you see the great red wolf along with Tiberius at his side, who is currently trying to juggle. He's trying to learn how to juggle and not doing very well, but he only has like one ball, and the red wolf just kind of looks like he's regretting his decision at this moment in time.
I'm like sitting there on the throne like Captain Picard, but
But you see the gracious moon elf walking up the grand hall, and
I'm
she makes her way
gonna
up to,
greet her.
yeah, okay,
I'm just gonna report back everything that happened.
all right. So
So it's done then.
It's done.
Very well. I thank you and the team for the service. Where's Lucian?
They're at my current place of work, enjoying a round or two.
well, Lucian's not. He's taken away
Oh,
somewhere
that's right.
else.
Oh, he's unconscious. I take him. Sorry, no. I actually feel bad about that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So,
Is he gonna
he's
be all
he's
right?
been taken to the infirmary. We did our best to heal him on the field.
They don't know his full
good.
condition yet. Yeah.
Well, here I should reward you for your actions. Um, Tiberius,
Yes, my lord. Sire. Sir.
uh, reward Lucian and his team with 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold right on it. And then as he's doing that, he's still trying to juggle, and then he drops the ball. Okay, just on my way. Okay, and he just kind of wanders off.
I say thank you for your service.
Did you say 1,000?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanders off.
Will that be all, Red?
For now.
Very well. I'll be off.
So Tiberius comes back. 1,000 gold. Hands it to you, Orlana. Here you are.
So I'm assuming that's like 1,000 to split between all four of us.
Is that how you want to do it, or do you want to do 1,000 apiece?
No, 1,000 is split between all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring the boys their share.
Alright. So there you go. And oh, that's funny. Alright, so are you going to stay there, or are you going to go back to where do you want to go?
I was gonna actually go bring the guys their share.
Okay. So you leave. Red Wolf, Valak comes out and speaks with you in the Grand Hall, comes out with his staff, gives you a bow, and this is, my lord,
Yes.
I wanted to speak with you before I head over to Ristula. I overheard what the girl said about her findings in the journal. I found that quite interesting. The speakings of New Oak. How
It's been a
long?
long time since it's been called that. Why would they call them that? What would that matter?
I was drawn to many of the passages therein that she spoke of calling it not just of New Oak, but a father and a son, and he mentioned being a leader at one point. But what I found most peculiar was the last entry, because according to my findings and a lot of the studies in the library, a certain leader that was recorded, but the body was never found after the Battle of Sinfall, a certain elf leader, Arno.
Could the Lich King be this individual?
I believe so, sir.
Mm. So he's been lurking in the cave this whole time.
Yes.
Well, good riddance to him. Maybe now he can find some peace.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
No, sir. I think that shall be all. I will be off and hopefully be back in 3 weeks' time. Set up the next council.
I look forward to your return.
He gives another bow, and then he walks out. Vanathan,
Yes.
your other character that's currently alive. Um, you overheard all this, and Arno probably should ring a bell for you.
One of the few names I have written down.
One of the few. But do you remember who it is?
And then Prom's son?
Yeah. Well,
No. Yes.
Arno was looking for his son.
So.
Close. You got it close. That's when y'all went back in time. Basically, and y'all were in that time period, and he was one of the ones looking for his son, who was the leader of New Oak.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He was we didn't make him mad, did we?
No, you didn't make him mad. No. He just died during the battle with Sin.
No.
No, you didn't make him mad. Alright. Other than that, you guys, Orlana brings back the gold to Tiffin's Pub, and I'm guessing that Willie Nelson and Ben are probably having a good old drink, or watching the other entertainers.
Yep.
Check out the arse on that one.
Yeah.
But you guys do see a kind of off in the corner, who's got a rather big crowd gathered around him. A kind of a big fellow, green skin, long hair, got a certain suave about him, who is speaking to the masses. And it looks a little something like this.
Oh, I know that guy.
Oh my god.
Grorog, sweet soul. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Hey, look over there. That's the only some bitch in here is uglier than I am.
Good deal. Oh, the new characters. I kind of like them so far. Give a change.
Man,
I figured I'd try to.
Good luck.
I figured I would try to actually make a character out of him instead of just me talking normal like I normally do.
Here he is.
No one ever plays a healer.
No one ever plays a cleric. No.
No one ever plays what?
A cleric.
Healer.
Yeah.
Cleric.
Oh.
Cleric.
I'm 0 for 2 in the past 2 D&D games.
I guess my alchemy powers were kind of semi-healing with my
Yeah.
with my half, but they weren't that great. Put it that way.
Yeah. The dice have not been in Vanathan or Lucian's favor tonight. That's all right though.
Madison's fine. He's got his crystal.
He's got his crystal. Yeah, that's all he really needs. That's all he really needs. So for those guys, let's see real quick. Up. 1 second. Come on, Pooter. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give y'all 3,000 for that. So go ahead and move them up to level 4 whenever you get a chance, and that'll be good. The other characters, it was pretty much a kind of a chatty night for them. So I'll just give them. They just had a bunch of levels up, so I'm only gonna give the other characters like 500 apiece. There's a lot of just like talking and stuff. And the
What's our?
what?
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that the other characters level up.
They might.
New and JK think a lot like that's the name of the.
Now, when you say our other characters level up, do you want us to just put our total points at whatever the next level is? Like,
Yeah, 6,000.
just put my. Okay, 6,000 for these characters. Now, do you want us to level up the other ones or just this one? The new ones.
Just the new ones. Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
other
just write
ones
down.
the other ones only get like 500 XP.
Okay. So let me 3,500 for that guy, and then just my 6,000 for my Farkin dwarf.
Cool deal.
I need to get all my stuff figured out for him. I always get confused. I've got my armor class figured out. I got it like put my dex modifier in there, and I didn't see a size modifier for them. I figured they'd have one since they were smaller, but apparently not. I get confused on how to do the fortitude, reflex, and will saves.
It'll be on your like the fighter. When you look up like the fighter class, it'll be just listed by the level on there, off to the side.
Okay. Okay, let me pull that up on here. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, I think I remember. Let's see.
So how do y'all like that kind of like transition from the old characters to the new? Do y'all want to do something like that, or y'all want to like separate the nights when that kind of stuff happens?
I think it's kind of cool because it gives me a chance to play around with something new because I had never played D&D before. So me doing the same old character the whole game
Okay.
that I've been doing for the past like 5 months.
All right.
I think it's also kind of nice because our older characters are getting more into like the political side of things, so we can still get back into like the action breaks with the newer ones.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah,
It's
because
gonna make my fire breath not so useful, but maybe I can just intimidate people with my fire breath.
I can still see like Elowen and Vanathan, Thalian, all them kind of getting out there on the front lines, but I think it would have to be kind of like a major event type of thing that would have to happen.
Tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Are you gonna make us fight side by side with our new characters too?
I'm not gonna say never, but if I did that, I probably wouldn't do all of you because that would be the longest battle ever. It might be like one or two, or I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Yeah, I like the new ones. Oh, Willie. It was good stuff. And then Nate's got some serious thinking to do. They got to figure out whether or not he wants to assassinate Karen Dolte.
Wait, when did that come into effect?
Oh yeah, that was before you got here because you took 4 hours to get here. But Lucian, your character, had a great idea since Madame Flo's dead. that it might be a good idea to go ahead and take out the other to claim the continent.
That sounds like something he'd think about. Since he is an assassin, I mean,
He just comes out of nowhere, Nate. Here, kill him with this.
with that logic, I'm surprised he didn't try to take me out too.
Well, they almost did by just ignoring you.
Not Luke. Did they ignore Vanathan too?
No, he,
No, you're the first one I healed.
yeah, it was, yeah.
Well, good. At least he'll own everything but the one lake in the middle, in the random part of the continent.
Or
No,
line.
I did. Will wait to heal you until after I'd killed Madame Flo. But
Well, I mean, I'm not a paladin anymore, so
Yeah. Oh,
I'm on
man.
my own rules.
Orlana read a whole journal before. We're like, oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, he was badly burned.
Okay, so Elowen's like a really motherly character, and I'm trying to avoid doing that with both my characters.
Nice.
So you have the classy mother, and then you have just the slut.
I don't think of her as a slut, actually. I think of her as owning her sexuality and using it to kill people.
There you go.
She's like that chick in what was that movie? Road to El Dorado. You never seen that movie?
Isn't that
It's
a
a
cartoon?
cartoon.
I was gonna say
They
it.
totally did it in that cartoon, but as a kid you don't get it. But I mean, they totally are doing it.
Interesting.
And she seduced that guy.
Sounds like my kind of cartoon. That's a good movie though.
It was pretty good.
Well, see, David, you spent the whole night watching the whole thing. You could have been playing this entire time. I think he's still watching.
I hope fighter was the right class for my elf instead of barbarian. I mean, my dwarf. I think fighter's the favorite class for that, though.
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you did good.
I didn't want to go all out, you know, just straight up bumbling, dumb idiot that can just kill everything with one hit. But I kind of didn't want to do the whole pew-pew little arrows like my last character, so.
Yeah, what are you talking about, the arrows?
Look at this.
Say what?
Look at those eyes. That guy, he's tickled to death.
Okay, I gotta find. Oh, there it is. Couldn't find it on the sheet.
Hypnotize him.
You know, he's kind of got like a Burt Reynolds thing going on.
Yeah. That's what I need to do. I'll draw that Burt Reynolds naked photo just with Krolok. That has one of my highest views on YouTube, by the way, because Burt Reynolds that naked photo is his picture. It's only got like 20-something views, but it's labeled like D&D with Burt Reynolds or something. Somebody's probably like, "Oh wow, Burt Reynolds plays D&D.
Yeah.
The Bandit plays D&D." I'm like, "Yep, he sure does." Oh crap!
Definitely got a Title I Willie Nelson D&D, because then they'll really freak out.
All right, so I'm just now seeing this message by David and JK think a lot alike with the name in the book. What name in the book is he talking about? I don't help a non-Harry Potter guy out.
I don't actually know that one either.
No.
Well, all right. XP has been distributed. Did I give XP the last time, Nate?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I did. Yeah. All right. Well, cool deal.
I think this guy gets like a grapple modifier or something. Not that we ever used that really.
Well,
Let's see.
Madam Flo does have a nice Coliseum there. So maybe you can enter the games. Thalian did.
I should use my necromancy skills to bring her back.
Who?
Madam Flo.
Madam Flo just pulls a Kenny. He hit me!
He was unconscious when he did it, though. She wouldn't know.
I know. Nate knows what I'm talking about. That's it. Yeah.
Where? I'm trying to find the race on this. There it is. Races.
Racist. Oh my.
Not racist. Races. I did want to make my character just slightly racist a little bit. Not like I don't want to hang out with anybody, but like, you know, you're an elf. You're supposed to be good at this. I'm not so good at this.
I know a character who did stuff like that.
I mean, we don't want like a cross-burning neo-Nazi. We just want like, you know, good old family casual racism.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, you ain't wrong if you're right.
You know, this is kind of like playing Skyrim. You know, all the races have certain traits,
Yeah.
and then people in the game are always leery of people who are really good at sneaking or really good at pickpocketing.
Yeah. That's just like, I like when you talk to the Khajiit on there, and they're always just like very defensive, talking about like how they hate when people are always thinking that, you know, they're thieves and steal, and all they do is do skooma and stuff all the time. But pretty much almost all of the Khajiit that you kill all have skooma on them.
Exactly. Like, or the Argonians are always like, "Would you like to buy some skooma? I've got the finest moon sugar."
Like, all right.
I remember there's one in Oblivion near the capital. You follow the wall around, and he's just hanging out there like 200 lock picks and some skooma and moon sugar, and you're like, "You're the reason there's racism."
Yeah. You're the reason.
It's your fault.
So it's funny because I actually love playing as a Khajiit, and even when you're playing as one, they're like, "You're just a traitor." So just like you don't win no matter what.
Are you good at drawing cats by any chance? It's a random.
I could try. Why?
I'm just saying that the Beyond Skyrim modding team, they're releasing a Elsewhere project. They don't have a release date on it yet, but it's gonna basically open up the world to where the Khajiit continent. And I'm actually drawing concept art for them right now. So if you have Discord and you're good at drawing cats, you can just send them like some of your stuff, and they might put you on the team.
I don't do digital drawings as much though. Like I barely do physical drawings.
They actually they have a whole bunch of different, like there's people doing the landscape art, there's people doing the 3D stuff, there's people doing the coding for them, like each one. I don't know if you are familiar with Discord, but you can actually go to each of those little channels and see some of the stuff on there, and it looks like it's going to turn out pretty darn cool.
Nice.
Let me ask a question. Is being bull rushed, is that like a grappling save there?
No, it's like you can push your opponent back however many squares and stuff.
Okay. Because this guy has a +4 on bull rush, but I really don't know where to add that in. Like a racial bonus.
It's a if you bull rush someone,
This is
like
one
you
of
do
them. I did just. Sorry.
Oh.
You do it as part of a charge, and you can push your opponent back. And if you push them into like a wall or something, you can deal damage.
It's one of the clan mothers.
But you provoke an attack of opportunity unless you have the bull rush
And
feat.
this guy.
So where would I put my +4 modifier for being resistant to bull rushing?
I think he's a bit
That's
stronger
You just
of a
make a note
drawing.
of it.
Just make a note of it. Okay.
Oh
good.
yeah.
And I think I've got that on the reverse side of my page here. So
Trying different techniques on all of them. Trying to find like a good, quick style to do on them. I like that style better than the clan mother, and then this is another style that I did.
I think my only issue with the clan mother is her face looks a little bit too flat for a Khajiit because it loses a bit of that cat-like quality.
Mm-hmm.
jeez,
But
don't
the
let my
style-
wife design your character on Skyrim. She'll make your Khajiit look like it's got Down syndrome. I made a Khajiit the last time I started the game. It looks pitiful. His eyes are way far apart. His nose and mouth are kind of scrunched together.
Nice.
He's a little precious.
Little precious. Yeah, that's the.
I think they're really pretty and they're fun to play as.
That's the ink drawing of it. I did.
Oh, nice.
I'm not even looking at your drawing. I'm trying to do my thing. Let me pop back over here and see what's the dealio.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He's called the rat catcher.
The rat catcher.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's his. Yeah, his name or.
So does he have like a dual set of claws on that left arm?
Yeah, I kind of drew that on there, and then I figured this would be like the rat hide, and like his tail's actually, they said like there's no fur on his tail, so it almost looks like a rat. And so I just kind of gave him a bunch of like scratches and all kinds of weird stuff.
What's kind of funny is scroll down to the left arm where you have like the sleeve with the claws.
Uh-huh. Or this one?
So it's like the way you've got him, the way you've got him holding his hands, where the other one is
That's
out
his
with
crotch.
the claws. It almost makes him look like that hand was damaged, and he did like a false set of claws to make up for it.
Like this one's damaged?
A little bit, just like the way the shadows fall, and the fact that there is like a secondary set on it.
Oh. I was kind of going
Well, because it's like having the eye patch. It's like a cool like war scar thing.
Oh.
Like he's seen some shit.
I was kind of going for a fist, but thanks for crushing all my hopes and dreams of being a drawer.
I feel you hurt a lot worse than the angle makes it look like he could have an injury there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well. I still see a fist, but I don't know. What else?
I couldn't figure out what was going on there.
What, with the fist? Does it not look like a
with the
fist? Well, damn it.
I mean, it kind of does, but then it kind of looks like the claws are coming out of the knuckles.
Alright. Well, now I'm going to be like, every character is dead, and you guys draw it then.
I mean, the other one looks good because he's just got his hanging out there, but I couldn't.
Everybody's a
My
critic.
eyes wouldn't perceive what you were trying to tell me there.
So it might help a little. Is I don't have like a pointy thing that I can do, but where like the base of the thumb, like the rounded part of the hand there, make that maybe just like a little bit smaller and add some more definition to the other fingers.
Alright.
I don't know.
I don't know. I see a fist, but okay. I mean, it's already turned in. I don't know. I'll probably.
I mean, it looks okay. No, this is me nitpicking because I can because you're good. You know how it works.
Nah, I know. I mean, it's already turned in. I would if it was like something I already, incomplete, but I'm not gonna worry with it.
Yeah, no, but it does look really good though.
No, it doesn't, Jess.
You're gonna be one of those kids that like gets up to critique and gets one bad review and like smashes your like canvas over your knee.
Yes, because I've been getting nothing but bad reviews here lately. So yes, Jess.
Okay. Well, I still like your stuff. So
That orc looks like a smart ass. I can already tell.
Oh, he is.
he's great. He's
I can tell.
hilarious.
The way he's cutting them eyes at you is like he's already got worked out everything you might say in some smart ass comment.
Oh well, you probably haven't read this his little passage here. Let me know when you want me to scroll down.
Oh, I can't. Hold on. Okay, wait. Hold on one minute. Ah, so wait. Okay. All right, I'm down to charming good looks.
Wrong way. It's scrolling the wrong way.
That's funny.
It sums him up.
So he's overconfident.
Oh yeah.
Not really. It kind of fits him pretty well.
Yeah.
He came up before I started playing with y'all, didn't he?
Yeah, that was in Hunter's pirate thing that he did for
Yeah.
two nights.
Because I just like watched one of those.
Yeah. That was me, Dylan, Noah, and I forget Dylan's other friend's name. I don't remember his name.
Oh, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. That's it. Okay. Well, it's like really late here, so I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yep.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
here.
me too.
I'm gonna try to have all my level up stuff. One thing I'm always confused on with these is with the skills and stuff and how to use those. So sometime if you get a chance, Nick, sometime either over the weekend or like next week, sometime could you help me out with that? Because
Sure.
I never use any of the skill stuff because I really don't understand how to make sure I'm using that right. Magic
Okay.
and skills and stuff. I always just stick to whatever my weapon is.
Sure. Yeah, well, I'll just I'll call you whatever night. Just message you, see what night's good, and we can figure it out.
All right.
All right, guys. Yeah, well, it is late. It's like
Later.
3:30 in the morning. Okay. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, I'll
Good
do.
night.
Hey, night.
See ya.